Greetings, this is Frina Rimanentra, half elven YouTuber. I welcome thee to part 2 of my reaction to Critical Role Campaign 3, Episode 49. We come back to the travel to the journey of Bell's Hells as they race against the clock to with 10 days to go until the apathy solstice. Now, this part will be like over 3 hours, so
percentage than I was thinking. So
that rides.
I'll be reacting to both the ads in this part and the remainder.
Solstice is in 10 days.
Okay. Yeah. Now these do look cool. I'll admit.
I am your god, long...
Thanks time for an animated Nine series,
All
but
new
we've seen...
original series coming to Prime Video.
Okay. We've seen these. I'm sorry, but we've seen all this. And yes, I know, I still have to start reacting to these.
Prime Video.
stop. You should know. So cute. Dumps.
Oh, hang on. Just to make sure there's
Hey
nothing
critters,
new.
Laura Bailey
I'm
here to
probably not
guide you
gonna buy
through what's
because-
new in the Critical Role shop.
Because budget and storage
Style
space
should never be a
and
dumpster.
storage restrictions are a bit.
I mean, the traveler always says impulse purchases are a good decision.
It's so cute. I can't handle it.
The cuteness, it's overpowering.
You need this? You probably need this. Roll an investigation if you want. It's basically perfect. This is a lot of stuff, you guys. We have like so many cool things right now.
And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I've seen this plenty of times.
It's my proctologist.
Tenth day.
Okay, and so we continue with the saga of the Bell's Hells.
And welcome back.
Bell's...
So, beginning the 10th day. You all return to consciousness upon the sky ship Silver Sun, heading towards the eventual destination that you've chosen. What do you wish to do for the day? As this journey itself can begin to rally into a rapid succession, but
Do we need to roll for weather?
let's go ahead and do that actually as the day progresses. Phil wants to roll a d20.
Is it up to me?
Orm's doing goblet squats.
That would be Marisha, or your turn.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
By the way, guys, just last night I had a little bit of an epiphany. I know why the Changebringer was messing with me with the coin flips.
Oh, yeah?
It's because I was asking about the Changebringer. Gods are mysterious. They don't want you to know anything about them. When I ask about myself, she gives me good advice. When I ask about her, she's not going to answer me. She's a god, right? She's just messing
That
with
made
me.
no sense
Deep,
whatsoever.
I agree with Ashen. 11.
11, all right. Another day with fine weather, though that same aurora continues to greet you in pretty much all directions. But a day's travel without issue. You are beginning to see the edge of the Taloned Highlands now. and pass
we're edging the
by
highlands?
the Highland Bluffs and the mountains there. And you can see the distant dusts and dunes and craggy landscape that is the Hellcatch Valley approaching before the end of the day, most likely, or at least within the next day. So, any other business for the day ahead of you?
Do we know anyone deeply religious?
Right here.
Besides you, anyone?
Praise be to her.
Do you know any clerics? Any high
here.
order paladins or stuff like that? Somebody who would fare to lose a lot if the gods go away.
Why do you need convincing?
Right here.
No. But if we're looking for powerful people
Yeah.
that will
I know one.
actually help us,
That Pike person. Yeah, Baker.
Oh, she was
that's right.
so powerful. My God.
That's right.
My God. My God.
We should contact her.
And say what? God stuff happening?
Yeah.
Can you stop baking for a second?
Help us, oh powerful one.
Okay.
They're gonna release the god killer.
No, mine's written okay.
They've built the key, right?
Yeah.
Remember that person that helped with Eshtaros? That was all like beautiful looking.
Oh yeah,
Wasn't
the
she
one
a-
that was like
I mean, I know she's in.
that could talk to
Drusar.
dead people,
Yeah.
right?
Was she a? That doesn't. Was she a?
You mean the
no, she-
wannabe Lord now?
She was.
Was she?
She was.
Sorry,
Oh,
was she?
She was. No, she was.
She was,
like-
right?
Was she?
Yeah.
But she's.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Who did she work with? Did she?
Who's your mother?
Don't they though?
What the hell is that?
I know. We never talked to her again,
know.
and she was so cool.
Want me to send to Pike? Or do you
Sure.
wanna
Or
send
do you want to
Pike?
send to? Are we still contacting Hexen?
I think I got a plan. Let me I'm going over something in my head. Tomorrow.
Either one.
Oh, who? Oh,
Idea.
okay.
Maybe see if her other friends.
You're a
will.
cleric. She's a cleric.
Sure. All right, I will send to Pike quickly.
Okay.
Boy, will she remember me?
You remember?
Robot holy person here. Big god stuff going down. God eater about to be released
On the
from
solstice.
Ruidus on the solstice. We need your deific help. Research.
What?
Reach out to us.
Lewdness. Lewdness is in charge.
Lewdness involved. Peace be with you.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Robo buddy. Let me see what I can find.
Take some days.
Okay. That's it. Just you get the sense she's processing what you told her.
Maybe we try again tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe you should ask her if she can send that necklace to us.
Oh, sure. I think she has powerful enough people that she'll reach out to us if she wants to talk to us.
Yeah, but we got to tell her like they're wanting to take everybody's power away. Everything will change.
You want me to tell her that?
No.
I mean, she's smart. She'll figure. She has all these people that she can start asking.
You're right.
Yeah, it's one thing to say it. I need a way to show it. Hard to do. Hey, Xandas!
Yes?
What color is the bottom of this here ship? Like dark brown wood? Does it have a color?
I mean, you've seen it a few times when I went to go
Listen,
pick you up.
oh,
and
do
stuff.
me a favor and just tell me, will you?
Yeah, it's the same wood color as the rest of the ship. You
Shit,
just
I knew it. Ladna? Yes. How do you feel about doing a little spider climb underneath the hull?
Ooh, sounds fun. Sounds risky.
Well,
sounds
well,
thrilling.
I got these paints from Joe. I want to paint the bottom of the ship white.
That's right, you got the paints.
Just it might help with our approach if we do decide that coming in from above is better.
Camouflage.
Yeah, sky blue, a little white, maybe get some floating ass clouds.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your ship. That's a lot of painting to do. That's gonna take. It's a lot of your days. But
God, I
you
wish
know,
we only had like 6 fucking days.
Do you want me to fly down and we can paint it for a few days?
No,
We keep flying.
we ride on.
Oh no,
Oh, you are crazy.
Yeah, we're only gonna have,
Okay,
like,
yeah, do your thing.
a couple of hours to do it. I don't know if it'll work, but maybe we can just get like just a primer
I
coat.
like it. Let's see what happens. Maybe I have a spell to help make it go a little faster.
Paint simulator, chorecore games.
So here's the interesting thing: the paints you bought. How much did you buy?
Like a gallon.
It's a big ship, bro.
Pint of paint.
Yeah, but if I mix with a little turpentine, a little water and wine,
Oh, yeah, a little whitewash.
get a little Chardonnay, and we have a little party. Yeah, if it's like I think there's like a quart each. It's not a lot.
There's no way to make this ship invisible, right?
I don't think. I don't have the power, do you?
No, I think I can only make people invisible.
I don't think that's a thing. But just throwing it out.
All right. Are we going to talk
Never
to...
mind. It's fine. You can take that whole thing and be like, black.
Looks like a bird shot on it. Yeah.
It was worth a shot. Shit.
Want to talk to Hexam, or are we just going to power on?
Do we want to hit up Hexam for weapons and materials and see if we can get some contacts in the underground black market in Basarus, or do we want to see if we can get her to give us a name of maybe sneaking a couple people in, since she's the one who's sending crates to them? Those are the two options when it comes to Hexam. I'm tightening it up right now.
That seems really useful to send in spies like that. It's just I don't know how we'd organize it with just a
Supplies
few
it is then.
words. Yeah.
From Ashton, big trouble coming, bad for business. Need your contacts for weapons and supplies. I owe you. That's from Ashton, big trouble coming, bad for business.
Send some Hexam.
Okay. So you reach out and tell this to Hexam.
Yeah.
Hexam responds. All right. Contacts where? Within Drusar?
Did I say Basarus? Did you fucking say
we
Basarus?
didn't.
I would have said
I wrote it down, but
I
yeah.
would have said Basarus. I would have said it.
It's written down.
Oh, you did say Basarus.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
did. And I also mentioned like your potions or some shit.
Most of my dealings there are through Cole. Drop my name on Eunice. And you know Eunice is, you know Eunice in the Samarkand Strip is actually a general supplies dealer in the Raha Den where you guys stayed.
Oh, is it in my notes?
It should be in your notes, yeah.
Awesome.
But they're a general seller of tools and wares.
They may have some interesting shit, and they might
Maybe.
give us some cheap shit. Okay, cool. We're ready to drop.
All right. So if we actually go into Basarus,
If we live, we'll have like 80 extra gold.
Where did we leave off with Ira?
Fuck yeah.
Are we
I
just
was
waiting
meeting us in
Phosphorus.
at the Callaway.
at the
Highway.
north? Okay, so that's arranged. Okay.
We should probably eventually reach out to the Callaways to tell them that they need to go pick up the thing, pick up the
Yep,
bomb.
we'll do that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll
Doesn't need to do that now, but need to do that eventually.
sometime in the next few days.
Correct.
Just assume that I will have checked in with Imahara Joe and given him more specifics about a bomb that can be mounted on the front of a ship.
Okay.
Impact.
Arcane bomb.
It's got to be Arcane.
Yes.
None of this
Does it?
bomb shit.
Barcane.
Yeah,
Okay.
Arcane.
yeah, because F science, right? Yeah, like
In getting this across to Imahara Joe, more response like, all right, left turn. Yeah, it's gonna be pricey.
I think we have lots of money, right?
I think so.
Won't matter if we dead.
You guys got like 12K in gold from Shashadri.
Yeah.
True.
And then like close to 800 platinum from Estros. So it's bounty for Treshi.
Did he keep it all, or did he pass
Look,
it out?
I've been a fucking team player. I don't need that shit from you. Everybody's got stacks, okay? Mine just happen to be bigger. Don't be jelly.
Okay.
800 platinum.
He's compensating.
Yeah. We passed it out.
We
You
passed
should
it out.
have
We passed it out.
I got it.
Well, oh yeah. I think you put your platinum into gold. You like transferred it or something.
I think I also had some left over.
Then we just go on.
All right.
Another day.
So another day goes by.
Oh, my turn to roll.
Yep.
Indeed.
It's my
Your
turn
Your turn.
to roll.
We know I'm not the
19.
singer.
Ooh.
We know
19. 19. A pretty solid approach to the Hellcatch Valley as you begin to break into the more tumultuous skyscape above the desert land here. The winds are stronger. You can see bits of gray and storm fronts and dusty wind storms kind of creeping along the perimeters of the valley itself. You recall, once again, why this region is rarely traversed by sky ships that are taking the trade routes around it as much time as it adds. But this is the journey you're headed. But so far, so good.
Great.
So that puts us at the end of that.
I'm going to be spending some time just trying to learn a little bit of basic ass stuff about how the skyship works, how it flies, and how just a little bit of the physics of it, so that I can kind of have a sense of how to get the
I think
skyship to crash.
I'm going to try too.
Yeah.
Make an intelligence check for me.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I don't know if I should.
Well, someone else should. Because
Please.
he can't jump off, or they can't jump off if they need
Like,
to.
what would be required for steering a ship? You know?
There's only one way to find out. Do you want to learn? Xandis like, well, I mean, you own the ship, and I'm technically your employee. So for the time being, I can sit around. I'll give you some pointers. You know, maybe one day you could be your own captain. You know, when you buy out the rest of my contract, and I can retire early.
Captain Calloway?
Ooh.
Has a nice ring to it.
Captain
I
Professor.
like it a lot.
Teach me.
20.
20.
Yeah, I'm shocked as anybody.
Make an intelligence roll for me, if you don't mind.
Oh boy, here we go. That's cocked. Okay. 18.
18?
Hey.
Okay. So, you know, on top of Xandis teaching you about how there are certain sort of controls all around here, little like rods you pull on and handles that change the pitch and yaw and kind of adjust the amount of energy that's going to the different broomstones. You also learn more.
What does the red one do?
Don't do that! The whole ship, like... It's back. Well, that's one way to learn real fast. Hopefully we didn't lose anyone. Did we lose anyone? No, we're okay. All right.
Yes.
Was that not?
But you ask the right questions, push the right buttons to kind of learn which things can lead to a catastrophic descent, as well as a dangerous ascent. You also you figure out the means of loosely controlling. You also learn more about Broomstone with those high rolls too. Broomstone is just naturally buoyant within when it is excavated or pulled from the ground of Exandria. It just kind of lifts and stays where it is. It's easily pushed and seems to kind of just float on its own. And it's through charges of arcane energy that its buoyancy is adjusted, and that's kind of how the ship works. Each of these controls kind of controls these like very, very faint runes that are marked along the deck of the ship, either underneath or on top of it. And you can see kind of where they all connect to the different Brimstone devices. And so with each different point of control, it kind of raises the amount of power that's going to them. It doesn't take a lot.
So it's like it is runic based though. So
yes.
That's, okay.
And you kind of like you've seen it before, and you thought it was just kind of like maybe like nice design on the ship, but as part of this description, Kazanus is like No, and see, these are actually what carries the arcane charge to each of these broomstones and kind of makes it go up or down or left
off,
to right or
cutting off the
or whole-
charge
yeah,
drops it.
sort of thing.
Okay,
The sails help like pick up the wind and kind of give it. It helps with the up and down.
Yeah.
It's the forward motion that's challenging, but that's the sails pick up the wind and it just pushes it forward at a very very nice speed.
Okay. I know my trick. Okay.
All right. So yeah, over the next few days, you start picking up more and more, and these conversations continue, and you kind of get a decent feel for it. You know, in case you got to bump off the captain and take the ship for yourself, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Any other business for this day?
Yeah, can I say that I sent a message to Nana Mori? We're going after the big one. If there's anything you can do. Also, do you know how to bring somebody back that's been turned to stone?
No. No.
Nana responds.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
recovering from a
Oh.
mild injury, but I'm strongest at home anyway.
So that means I know she can't leave.
And I'll do what I can when I can. And yes, there are ways.
Cool.
Cool.
She's the best. So helpful.
Well,
Oh.
we can't heal Rin on the spot and we find a way to get her out. At least we know we can bring her to Nana Mori.
Think that she'd remain intact and whole?
If we crash a ship into her? No.
That's not what I mean. I mean, if we have a ground team and we need to move Rin fast, we throw her in the hole. She doesn't need to breathe.
It's true.
She's portable.
As long as she doesn't break apart, I think that's.
She was right next to the key, too.
Yeah.
We carried around that
Statue.
and it never broke.
It's true.
Fill the hole full of pillows.
Didn't we talk about doing that before?
We might have. I think it's actually a good idea the more I think about it. I don't see why it wouldn't work. Just sandwiches and pillows.
I feel like it doesn't rattle around in there. I feel like it's magical enough that when you open it up, it just is like.
I think when you open it, like gravity reasserts wherever.
It adjusts based on its current position.
Yeah.
Oh, so if we do it, then we got to make sure if we open it again to open it on the ground, right? If like you've placed it, if it's in the ground, don't place it on a wall because then it'll shift and
Everything will
fall down.
shift inside of the hole if you put it up on a wall.
Okay.
On a ceiling, everything would fall out.
Ooh, good to know.
Right.
Actually.
If you had a way of affixing it to a ceiling.
Try me. Doesn't
Right.
work dealing stick packing.
Yep, not really.
That's what glues.
At some point, I'm going to just send a message to Dancer,
Static.
my old creator, and just tell her, you don't have to respond, but on the solstice, you should get somewhere safe. And maybe tell Esmer as well to get somewhere safe. And I'm sorry.
There's no response.
Okay.
You know, if you had the ability to send out a message to somebody, why didn't you ever try to contact that merchant, the one who sold to you, the one who found you in the first place?
I don't know them. I heard about them.
Yeah, but if you're familiar, you can at least try.
Am I familiar?
I mean,
They described the person. I could try. Certainly.
I mean, I don't know
I think
if
that's a
it'll
phrase,
be any
right?
use
I could
right
try,
now.
certainly.
Yep.
Yeah, but
I'm going to try right now. What would I even say?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a thing to help now, but if you want to know more about yourself, they seem like the place to start.
Should I?
Trust yourself, F.C.G. I think that's what the Changebringer was trying to tell you.
Changebringer said I should.
Okay.
All right. Oh boy, but they won't know who I am.
Maybe they will.
Choose your words carefully.
You found me. You
I'll
sold
reach
me.
out to D.
Okay.
Listen, yeah, I wouldn't allow this because also I think
Smiley day there. Yellow automaton you sold in Basarus to Dancer. Do you know where you picked me up? And are there more of me?
nice.
A wonderful surprise.
What?
That is my gift to you. A return to your own path. I pulled you from the wreckage, and your future is yours to make. And there are more of you. And more to come.
I might have siblings.
Yeah, he's so hot.
Damn.
He's such a hot You heard a really hot voice in your head.
It's a hot robot salesman. I buy a robot.
I think I feel sexually awakened.
Put away the saw blade.
Is it time to get a dildonic device?
Teledildonic device?
Matt, stop us now,
It's
please.
engorged.
Well,
It's engorged and moist.
Turgid.
Matt!
Touche, motherfucker.
Silver Sun suddenly lurches and crashes into the ground.
Get right over.
What about your box? Is it hot?
Oh, I just made a cookie.
Too loud.
Okay.
That's impressive.
So when you get aroused, you make cookies.
If you get me aroused enough.
No, she's gonna have to.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why is this cookie so salty?
Oh, Laura Bailey.
That made it gross. Everything else was fine.
Stop this right here.
Hi, 20-year-old Ronan.
Oh, God.
Incredible.
Oh, my 39. He's going to be like, oh, what the fuck?
Ow.
So,
Yeah.
anything else to achieve on this day?
No, we press on.
Alrighty. It is now 7 days to the solstice.
7 days.
Shut up.
I need someone to roll a d20 for me, please.
That's you.
I don't wanna do it.
You got there.
I don't
Sub
want.
5.
Well, you know,
Sub 5.
No.
If you look
Sub
down,
5.
you
How do
won't
we
get
get a fasting
class.
I'm
Chaos,
Sub 5.
I'm right. I'm doing something down here.
One.
I can't.
It is more challenging here in the Hellcatch.
Sub 5.
challenging?
I'm working on a peanut butter recipe, a peanut butter cookie recipe
Okay,
for the next
okay.
couple days.
Oh, God. Nope.
we will get our first dragon.
It is, isn't it?
I cursed it.
No, it is. It's one.
I cursed it.
Roll a d6 for me.
I did. I knew I was gonna roll bad.
Oh,
I put it out there.
Give me 6.
What am I
Give me 6.
D6.
Hot 6. 6.
One.
No,
Hot six.
I do
white
want to hit
dragon.
something really badly.
3.
3.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Oh God.
Suddenly,
God
as the day progresses, a massive wall of dust storm begins to rise
Oh,
up
shit.
to the east.
At some point, they're going to have to be a
Loom like this
dragon.
Dark pressing
Right.
cloud in your direction. And you hear Xenis go, well, that's going to be a real tough one. We're going to have to get a little low to the ground, and we're coming up on Basarus soon, so just, I guess, hold on to something.
Oh, man, I always fly off these ships.
Yeah, but
Oh God, that's
tie
right.
yourself in.
Do we have
Or go
those
underneath.
ropes?
Go under.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
maybe do
seriously.
that.
I'm
There
using my
is a
grapple
below
hook to
cabin.
grapple myself to the mainmast.
All right.
That's my
Must-
I'm gonna
aspect of
tie
your sailor.
myself onto something in the front, or something on the. What am I saying? Next to Xandus, so I can learn how he's navigating in the dust storm. So I can learn.
Nice.
All right. So keep an eye on them. The rest of the crew.
Ropes tying.
Rope to
all of you tying on.
with F.C.G.
All right. I'll say, who's helming the rope tying effort?
Rope tying.
Oh, God.
I went in the hole.
Into the.
I'll tie ropes.
All right.
I'll tie ropes. I've done a lot of ropes.
I'm dexterous.
Okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll a dexterity check for me, if you don't mind.
Dexterity check.
Yes.
Should I assist him? Oh, wait.
So
you
just
already.
add my modifier?
Yeah, just add your modifier.
Come on! It's terrible. I rolled a 2, so that's a 7.
Could I have assisted him because I was tying ropes too?
For this is technically a skill challenge, and so it's individual rolls as the challenge goes around.
Here I go.
So you you go around and start helping everyone with their knots, and for the most part, you've got most everyone secured, but the storm hits at a more rapid pace than you expect. And as you're like getting over to your final section to tie yourself in, the whole ship lists to one side, and as it begins to careen and spin a bit, Xandus just goes, "Hold on!" And you just barely holding onto the side. You start to slip off to the side, and Xandus sees this happening, goes, "Ah, shit," and goes ahead and, as opposed to spinning with the wind, tries to spin against it to keep you from careening off the side. And in doing so, you watch as one of the sails begins to hear the cracking sound of wood. What's the next thing someone's doing to try and help protect against this storm or to hold things down?
Mast is cracking. Did you just say the mast?
You hear a crack in the wood.
I'm going to try and take a quick run out straight towards the mast with my rope and just start lashing it down with my body.
Okay,
Just
roll a strength check for me. So you're just trying to
yeah.
hold it in place, to use your own physicality with this rope to try and keep it able to survive the brunt of this storm.
Enhance ability.
Natural 20.
You cast it so well, he does a natural 20 on his. You throw the rope around, hold it tightly, and embrace the stone-like form that your body sits within, and you become just a shield of rock around the somewhat damaged sail mast, and it does not move.
Yep.
While they do that, I'm going to spider climb up to that crack in the mast and start pumping mendings into it.
Oh, legit.
Okay. Also, go ahead and roll a d20 for me and add your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, bullshit. 6.
6. 4 successes before 2 failures. So, you attempt to mend this mast as you're holding it and clutching it, holding it in place, and right as you're watching the wooden aspects kind of pull themselves together, a heavy gust rams into the side of the ship. The ship begins to spin almost out of control, and as you clutch onto the side of the mast and onto Ashton for as much of a grip as you can with the spider climb spell kind of holding you in place, you hear the terrible sound as that one sail rips off and it is lost into the storm.
The sail, not the mast.
Well, the sail and the top of the mast, it breaks.
God
Xandus goes, "All right, it's all right, just keep it held down." And the storm continues to blow for another hour and a half. The ship is brought low, as low into the storm as possible to keep the heavy winds from battering it. And when the storm finally clears, about 2 hours later total, you're not quite sure where you are in the Hellcatch. It takes Xandus another hour to kind of triangulate where you've been blown. And by the time the clarity of the day comes to you, you've lost a day of travel.
By the time we get to Basarus, the solstice will be happening. And then it's another
Unless we can make up a day.
That's nice. Come on.
How? We won't even be able to travel at full speed now.
Well, it was 6 days out from Basarus and 12 days to the solstice start. 11?
That's now
7. You said 7 days till the.
7 days to the solstice as of today, yeah.
But we're
only like 3 days.
Oh, how
days,
close are we
2
to
days.
Basarus now?
Oh, you'll get to Basarus at tomorrow. You were going to get there today, but you got blown off course.
Got it. Okay. I knew it. Okay. It's okay, Ash.
I was trying to busy myself so Matt wouldn't look at me, but it didn't work.
As-
It's like I'm doing something over here.
As we're
Can't.
detangling from the mast, I just have that. I know I got really drunk, and I'm pretty sure I probably said some stupid shit. So whatever I said, I'm definitely sorry, and a little. I don't know. I'm sure it was bad. Hi, sorry. I owe you something, not a drink. I owe you something. Sorry.
You remember everything you said. Don't bullshit me.
God, I hope I do. Oh boy.
You know, Ashton, and I understand the irony of this, but you're not as hard as you look.
Yeah, I've never heard that before. Yeah. Thank you.
You old softy.
Thanks. Gross.
You're welcome.
Ah! How did you do that?
Welcome.
See, F.C.G, there's more of you on the way.
It's my sister.
Thanks.
Siri.
Well, I'm gonna.
I still think you should talk to Aura.
When this is over.
Stupid.
Yep.
All right.
End of the day.
Any other business for the day, or do we move on to the following day?
Oh, right. Do we need to how much?
What do the skies look like compared to at the beginning of this game and the waves of red cloud?
Your perceptiveness, already in previous experience, seeing it, makes it easy to clock now that you look out and focus. But the colors are much more prominent, to the point where even in the middle of the high sun of the afternoon, you can see these like curtains of shifting energy, these long tethers that look almost like a mile high at times. These like moving, shifting curtains of magical energy that just kind of slowly flow and shift. You watch them all just ever so slowly move across the landscape, like the most minuscule shift in a rainstorm's payload.
Okay.
At night, it is like a natural celebration of color and light, with the night sky now around you as the auroras are more visible. The ley lines themselves are breathtakingly beautiful. And matched with the knowledge of what's to come, deeply ominous. You can see occasionally those pulses still traveling through. They're just brighter and more recurring.
Do we need to reach out to Ira or the Callaways or anything since we'll be there mañana?
Callaways, did we reach
Checking
out?
wouldn't be
We have
bad.
Callaways. We have. Did we do Shashadre?
Did we talk to Callaways at all?
Did we do that?
No, I feel like we haven't reached out to the
Green
Callaways yet.
sleeves.
They're dead.
No,
Keyleth.
we didn't reach out to any of those. We did reach out to Keyleth earlier, and she was busy doing stuff.
I'm kind of curious if anybody else, if these are localized or like how can everywhere? Do you think these lights are everywhere?
There's an easy way to figure that out.
Oh, yes, Dorian cookie.
You gonna eat all that?
Hey, buddy.
Okay.
I have a weird request from the other side of the ocean. Can you see the ley lines? Is your night sky lit up?
Ashton says hi.
Ash says hi. You'll know it if you see it.
Yeah, it's real colorful up here too. I'd take it in and enjoy the display if things weren't so tense at the moment.
What's going on?
Tell Ashton I say hi.
Jordan says hi.
What if this is really affecting Opal?
Oh, maybe that's why she's.
Why is he saying it's so tense?
Who's Opal?
Opal's a friend of ours from. We met her in Taldore, and she's a little younger and kind of coming to grips with problems of her own. She's half the world away, though. I don't know what to do about that, Fern.
I know. I just.
I think if we fix this,
I
we
know.
can fix that.
We'll deal with that later. Okay.
Always a list.
Callaways.
Callaways.
Yeah, we'll message the Callaways, tell them when to expect us.
Yeah.
And to go pick up the thing.
Uh-huh.
Also message Ira, tell them when we're coming.
I've got 1/3 level left. So I'll message Ira, you message Calloway.
Sure, done.
All right.
It happened.
I guess for the sake of travel and brevity. Birdie responds, yeah. Well, Ira already told me. So we're going to go ahead and prepare for your arrival soon.
Yeah.
In Mahari's? Okay. I'll go start moving.
That's Ira pretending to be him.
Because he ate them?
She's wearing their faces right now.
You gotta respect the craft, though. It's really
sure.
All right. So,
flame, right.
Anything else before the next day in which you arrive at Basarus? Hopefully, with a good roll.
9.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's go for it.
It's all you, Imogen.
6 days till the solstice.
Oh boy, Orm is filling all the empty hours on this boat just doing the Zephyrs on the deck of the ship. Just because
got
he's
it.
stressed the hell out.
Just cookie cooking.
Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Come on, Jen.
Stress baking?
Oh,
Stress
Jen.
baking.
I love stress baking.
18?
Ooh.
18.
18, okay. The day is calm, and while the clouds do mar the sky with shadow, the winds are gentle. Though it brings a unique smell, almost like a forest fire occasionally that comes through the wind, but you see no smoke nor forest. But nevertheless, midday you can see the carmine curtain, the large red walls that wrap around the majestic, clustered city of Basarus before you. A familiar sight, last seen when you fled upon this very skyship. But there it is before you, the track of the Deathwish Run, wrapping around the nearby edge of the canyon that encompasses its northern side. What would you like to do?
We ran out of town before, right? Obviously, we would know this. Were we chased out of town?
Yeah, I feel like we were.
I feel like they'll
it
be-
was not.
There's so many different factions that we just have to.
Because we
I
fucking...
mean, you nuked the town, and then we got out of there.
Correct.
Plenty
Yeah,
of people.
there's a missing corner of one of the neighborhoods.
Check your ball.
Chicken balls.
Check rolls.
No sign of anything.
They really stretch.
Oh God, is it really going?
Should we land at Basarus or should we go to the Calloways?
I think the Calloways.
Have the Callaways and then drive out to Basarus, or because they're going to meet us at Imahara Joe's.
No,
They
no,
were
no.
picking up
They're
from
picking up
Imahara.
Oh, from there, okay.
Delivering.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
if the Calloways, if we want to send them a message and say, hey, you guys go check in at Eunice's, because I don't think we should go into town.
You
If
don't
they're
wanna
already
stay out of
there.
town?
Drop Hexam's name. Maybe get some health potions.
Yeah, some health and
Use some
some
health potions.
whatever.
It's hard to know not being there, but yeah.
We can reimburse them whatever cash it is. Hopefully they are that liquid.
So am I dropping you off outside of the town? What are you doing?
No, over Wheelie, the Captain Sandus, where the Calloway hideaway is.
Oh, so we're not. At which point you see this like some sort of a harpoon or weapon
Shit.
is
Yeah, no,
launched
it's
from
a-
the city.
Christ.
Right. Okay, we're just gonna move on and cruise away from this.
You do remember us. Wow, I've never heard of that happening.
Jenny, I was thinking about your idea of painting the ship.
Yeah.
Well, we might not have enough paint to paint the bottom of it. Going off of kind of the disguising ourselves to be allies idea, what if we utilize that symbol that was on those crates of the Cerberus assembly? What if we make ourselves, like, paint that on the ship to make ourselves look like an incoming assembly ship?
Technically, I
Was it
think this is
3
an
diamonds or
travesty, but
I think I've still got those crates.
Yeah.
Sure.
It couldn't hurt.
I don't know, it just might maybe deter them for a second. I know the Cerberus assembly members can just like bamf in and out, but if it's like a shipment, or Otahan's crew,
Can't hurt.
they had a symbol too, right? The what were those fucking people's names?
Paragon's call.
Theragon's Call.
Yeah, hopefully we're coming in hot enough that we don't really need time to see it, but, you know.
The Paragons, I think, would be more likely to know a ship wasn't theirs, but
Yeah.
but on the other hand, that other symbol I think is a really good idea.
Wait, if we're
Or
so you're false
if we're going
flagging.
up to the Calloway Hideaway,
Isn't it bad if we?
I think this is a war crime.
there?
I think
Wouldn't
this
people
actually
be
is a war crime. But
Hideaway anymore?
It wouldn't be a hideaway.
Maybe we can
did it?
park the ship on the other side.
Just leave the ship in the
Like
air.
a couple
and we jump down.
thousand yards away?
I thought we were getting off, and they can fly away for a little while.
Sure, let's do that.
Yeah.
All right. So, passing beyond the city of Basarus, you guide Xandus over to where you recall the hideaway was. The no, it's the same like platform. The edge of the northern edge of the mesa where the pathway leads into the cavern is there. The the skyship slowly descends and lands a little ways away from the entrance per your request, and you can rapidly leap off of the sides of the skyship, and then it picks up and just begins to run a loop until
Quick
you're
rope
ready.
down, like SWAT team style?
Yeah, if you want to.
Cool.
Sure. You all descend. It's a quick walk from where you were dropped off, about 20 or so minutes with a jogging pace until you come around to the top, the northern side of the mesa, and there you see the crawler that was left, the crawler that
We have a crawler.
that you previously left there,
We can put a car.
and the entryway to the hideaway.
Guess we're taking a damn car.
Fucking taking it.
Yeah, we're taking it.
Is that the secret knot?
What?
Secret knot is just insistence. Yeah.
Kind of like doorway shuffles open, and you see Birdie there on the other side.
Hi.
Oh, there she is. Come on in here. Big old. Oh, and all your friends around here too. Great. Come on in. Come on in. We're expecting you.
Not exactly the best circumstances.
No.
Everything seems fine. Nothing seems out of place.
Your perception check.
Thank you.
Where's Ira?
Oh, he's still fiddling on the device there.
Oh.
You mind?
Oh.
Sure. Yeah. Go right ahead. He's waiting.
10.
What's here?
10.
The telescope.
Looks the same. Still has the same like kind of
And like
growths around.
They're acting fine. Nothing seems.
Make an insight check.
Oh, okay,
for
that's
that.
all right. Good. That's yeah. Okay. So that's 7. Never mind. They seem fine.
They seem fine.
They're cool. All right.
Should we go see Ira?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Callaway's, did you get the goods from Joe?
Ollie kind of steps in, wiping his hands with like dirt and soot on them. It's like, oh, you've all arrived. Very good. Vern, good to see you.
Hello. Good to see
Of course. Welcome, friends. Heard we're all in a bit of a frenzy, so up this way, please.
Yeah. Bring it in. Could be the end of the world. Might as well.
Who's that?
Dad.
I know.
Who's that?
To be fair, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, what?
I was like, was that Hondir? I was like, I couldn't remember. Sorry.
No, he's a goblin.
You step into the familiar laboratory, the cluttered space that you had previously encountered Ira Windigath the last time. There you see the same device, and you hear the banging of metal, and you see the familiar shape of one long, thin, spider-like arm kind of clutching to the side as most of the body is within the device. And you see, like, sitting in a stool on the opposite side of the room, kind of just looking up, the familiar form of Hondir, the Grim Verity goblinoid member who had been living in Basarus this time. He kind of looks over towards the rest of you. Oh, so you've made it. Welcome. He's here. I guess you're doing your talking. And he points over to this, like, heavy series of satchels that are placed on the furthest corner of this chamber. It takes you a moment to kind of see it separately from the rest of the clutter around it, but you see these two kind of large clusters of smaller sized arcane cores that all have been like welded together to be about that large each. And they kind of give that faint bluish glow to them, kind of just filling that space with this like faint, soft, fuzzy halo of blue light. Right about that time, the clinging stops, and two legs step out from inside. Another arm grabs the top end, and like a daddy long legs, Ira Windigath slowly emerges, the long ears kind of folded within before they kind of flop out and shake slightly, turns around, that horrible vacuous grin of sharp teeth and just that black void-like eyes, the rest of you with a bit of dirt smudged in the face. Wonderful, you've come. So, what can I do for you?
We've been busy.
Yeah. Do you really want to mess it up?
Very.
Great.
Why?
Well, let's just say I hold grudges a very long time.
Grudges against two in this case.
I was contacted by Lutinous to design the first key. And I grew curious. They offered me inspirational designs, examples of some strange technology that caught my lure. And I'm not one to just build things without information. I like to know what I'm working on. Well, all of us can enjoy a good mystery. I guess I grew more curious than they were comfortable. So, finished with my first design after the initial tests. They kicked me from the project. I want to destroy what they've built. I want to show them that I'm the superior designer. I want to take from them everything they've worked for. And I want to look them in the eye when it happens. And I want to laugh. I want to laugh. Jesus.
You know what they're trying to achieve, right? For Dathos.
What are they working on?
Best that I know. They wouldn't tell me in detail before they absolved our contract. But they wanted a channel. They wanted something that could gather a directly focused amount of energy. Through a focus, a lens, if you will. The initial design was just to grab and hold, to be an anchor. That was the first key. It was to be a accelerant, a bolstering device.
That's the one in the Fey realm.
Mm-hmm. I had intent for the next build, and they arrogantly said that they didn't need me, they could do it on their own. And they were dissatisfied with my work. So I hope the Callaways take the crown.
Well, we finished what you started.
How so?
Doesn't know.
The Fey realm key is
In smithereens.
destroyed.
His eyes narrow, and you see there's this interesting conflict of like a bit of arrogant frustration that something he designed had been destroyed that immediately melts into a delicious enjoyment. It was more a prototype.
It was very difficult to break.
It was.
But this is good. This is a step in the right direction. Oh, I bet they're scrambling. Oh, I bet they're so unhappy.
They seem to be adjusting their designs. Would you still know how to harm the one in the desert?
I've been keeping an eye. He looks back at the machine.
What are you looking at? The moon or something else?
The side.
The side?
Do you want to see?
Yes, very much.
I had to make some adjustments. The lens that I was waiting on seemed to be rendered unusable.
Motherfucker.
So it's a bit improvised. Reaches over and kind of like grabs you with his long, spindly fingers and wraps them around your head and like plucks you, lifting you.
Sure.
Like a
He's always
radish.
so much bigger than I realized.
Yeah. He's
long. 2 hours left.
And places you before the eyepiece.
Okay.
Clutters up the side and adjusts a few things. And pushes your head up to the eyepiece. As he's adjusting it, you watch as the strange, extended, metallic viewing piece seems to like bend and shift. It almost coils like a serpent in a westerly direction, a northwesterly direction. And as you glance through, it seems to like almost bank imagery. In theory, it's just pointing towards the sky, but you're getting a downward view of something. Cool. It's very odd. And you see, having been in a somewhat immaterial, almost dreamlike vision, a transference of your consciousness to an in-between within the space, you recognize immediately the shape of this sinkhole. The edges, some edges are pushed up, and others are like sinking downward, but at all points there are bridges that connect at different levels within. You can see there are multiple walkways that curve down, and these like thin connecting points where figures are walking across. You can see on the outside little tents and bits of the excavation. Whether they're old or new, you can't tell from this distance. But you can see just figures moving around. You can see the dust trails of crawlers that are like coasting and driving around, which immediately you can infer that the Paragon's call is definitely in some way, shape, or form present. At which point, Ira leans in real close and goes, "What do you see?"
What do I see? I mean, I see the sight. It's
Turns another knob, and it's almost like the glass flips, and as it does, all of a sudden your vision is much closer, and you are right at the edge of this pit. And it looks, with this perspective, it's a few hundred feet across end to end, 200-300 feet. It's hard to tell, like the full width of this sinkhole. And you can see people walking around, some dressed in vanguard robes. Some you can see in kind of the armored attire of the Paragon's call. The crawlers themselves kind of not mingling directly. They're still kind of working together, but they all seem to be keeping to themselves a little bit. You also watch passing by a clearer look at one of these large automatons. It's kind of egg-shaped torso, heavily armored, and you can see the design to it takes Aeorian inspiration, though it is not directly from your build or others. This has more modern automaton feels to it. It's a modern construct, but you can see where the inspiration seems to be pulled from. The glass slips once more, and you have a view over this You can see the half dozen bridges kind of overlapping, but they never quite cross the center. And you can see below directly head on, the pointed edge of the central spire that's marked there. Almost in a fork type shape, it sits facing your direction. And the shadow takes it from within. You can just see points of light of moving lanterns and light sources all throughout the scattered ruins beneath. And it is like a small village down there. You can see structures, buildings, some partially crumbled, some partially, still well maintained, and some partially unexcavated that are still built in the dirt and rock. The glass slips once more. And now the image is kind of staticky. And as you kind of peer inward, you can see dozens of figures walking around, carrying things, hammering things. You can see like a flash or a spark, like a greenish flash, and it looks like they are coating elements of it.
Coating?
Like placing and almost like welding or fixing something to the outside of this massive tower. And there's all sorts of heavy machinery that has been built around it. It's almost too much to take in from this overhead view. It is purely directly above. And then you watch as suddenly numerous points of light alight the inside of the wall of this tower, and there's a warm flash of light, and the vision's gone. And you just see darkness.
As I was looking, I was describing in Mercerian detail everything that I was seeing to the rest of the group, but slightly more eloquently than you did.
Of course, no. As you're describing this, the rest of you watch as Ira almost like stands or sits behind F.C.G, the massive long elbows and knees, kind of just looming over as he just kind of looks at the rest of you, listening to what he says below, before going, "It seems about every minute, on the minute, it emits some sort of burst of anti-magic, like a dispel wave.
Every minute on the minute?
Best I can tell."
This is good. It's one hell of a shot, kid.
Yeah, it is.
Do you have a theory of what exactly this is, what they're trying to do? What are your thoughts? Tell me all of it.
Well, I can only assume it has something to do with Rudis. They've made much mention of wanting to destroy it, reach it, tether it, lock it, break it, free it. I don't know. But they have a lot of interest. They paid well originally, and I was curious. Didn't ask too many questions until I asked too many. Why, do you know? Do you?
Of course.
Well, are we working together or not? Are we allies? Are we friends? You tell your friend what you know, right?
I'm comfortable with colleague, I think, at this point.
Yeah, last time we saw you, there was a little bit of trickeration on your part.
Oh, it's just my nature.
I can respect that.
Do you still have the crown that you absconded with?
Oh, I do. And imagine, what would happen if such a powerful artifact were to suddenly surge in their device? I don't think they are so clever as to prepare for too much power, right?
That's actually
Overload.
precisely how we made the Malleus key in the Fey realm go boom. Is that your solution for this one?
One. But I need to get closer. We've been moving things.
Yeah,
We've been
they
shifting and dividing the power sources.
I feel like they did it after we took out the one.
Have you just been watching from afar here?
I've been trying to.
When you say dividing the power sources, you mean several meters away from each other, hiding them?
From what I can tell, I can't see them from above anymore. So they may have hidden them.
Still need to be tethered. One assumes. There's got to be something connecting them. It's probably a point of weakness.
They've been...
Maybe.
There's a few odd things they're building in there I'd like to see closer. I can't figure out what they're for.
Do you know how to get closer?
I mean, there's numerous ways to get closer.
Did you see Rin get taken?
No.
I'll look over at Hondir.
Hondir
Again.
eyes go wide. He's just been quiet this whole time.
Of course, he's going big-eyed for the camera.
Writer is gone.
Yeah. Turned to stone at the base of the key.
Kind of reaches in and pulls out a small necklace and kind of holds it for a second and closes his eyes. And rips his chin a bit.
What are you praying to?
Those who came before me. I am not a godly figure. But I believe in those who have made sacrifices before us.
Ira, you're crafty and powerful. Is there any chance you can send us there?
Oh, I can do short bursts for myself and maybe one other, but what you're asking is a bit outside of my bailiwick. But I am excited to ride on the sky ship.
You certainly can, and maybe one other is exactly what we might need.
Yeah, that's true.
Would it be safe to park the skyship here, or should we keep it up in the air?
Oh, it's quite a long walk.
No, from Basarus. Would they be able to see it?
From here? With the right eyepieces, yes. We shouldn't dally too long. Why? Are you expecting...
Could use a little repair if we had the moment, but it's serviceable.
It's missing a sail.
Sure.
Shit.
We went to go see my Nana. And
She
says,
But how'd she say it, though?
As you look at... You say that to her, and it's... You blink, and in a blink instant, Ira's right in your face.
Well, what's so? Well,
Oh, young love. Nothing like it.
So romantic.
Never gonna give up.
Is it late? Did it take us the whole day to get here?
It's at this point, it's like early afternoon, mid-afternoon, so you still have more travel if you'd like to for the day.
And we're still 4 days away from solstice?
You're 6 days away from the solstice.
6?
And how far travel are we from the excavation site?
You're roughly 4 to 5 days, depending on how the
Oh, that is so. I didn't realize it was so far.
We got a day.
How much of a drive is it to get into Basarus from the hideaway?
A drive?
Yeah.
You mean on the airship or on a car?
No. If we took the car into Basarus.
It's a few hours.
Okay.
Oh, Bastards, yes.
Yeah, the crawler.
Ira, have you ever been in any of those sinkholes around the Hellcatch? Have you ever gone down where the squiddies be?
Not myself, no. I don't make a habit of crawling into subterranean holes unless I have a reason.
Fair.
Well,
You going into Basarus?
I mean, should we take
what,
like
what
just
do
to,
we need?
just to go
shop?
to Eunice's and
Get some potions.
stock up if we need
Let's do it.
All right, let's
Quite
make that
sneaky about it.
quick.
We've got
going
we can't all of us go to on the crawler.
Nope.
No, why don't we? I'll stay here and continue to chat.
I'll help repair the sail on the ship with my fucking awesome woodworking skills.
I can help paint if we still want to do the bit painty symbol thing.
Yeah,
Pick up
I
some
could
paint in
too.
town.
Sure.
Put it on the list. I'm going shopping.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do a quick. Let's do a very quick shop run.
I'll stay here and delicately load the bomb onto the boat.
Okay.
I'll go with y'all.
I tossed 500 gold to the team.
Whoa.
Oh
Buy
yeah,
some
we need
fucking
money.
potions.
Oh, you might need
Oh, yeah.
to pay Imahara Joe while you're there too.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
when
take
we
care of
get
that
back.
after.
Okay.
I throw 500 gold as well.
Okay, so
Here's 3,000 gold.
I'll do.
Hey, big
okay, so we got
spender.
4,000 G's with us.
I got 2,000 and change on me.
Yeah, I've got about that too.
Okay.
Right.
Alrighty.
Vroom vroom.
While the rest of you stay back, as Ira begins to gather the rest of his things and begins to place them in this like awful like black alligator hide looking medicine bag, like kind of like folds open in the top and begins just like placing tools and objects and weird trinkets, and then eventually this like oddly familiar glowing crown goes inside, latches. As soon as he latches it, he twists his hand and it just vanishes.
Oh wait, you just bamfed?
No, he bammed his bag and
His
closed it
bag.
back.
Ira.
Yes, my dear.
You mentioned you were replaced. That they didn't think you were adequate enough. Do you know who they replaced you with?
I do not. I'm one to believe that perhaps there is no replacement. Maybe they just ran with it. I don't know.
For you, darling, of course not. This is what you have to say. Yes, it is. Flirt with the creepy man.
Got a Virginia.
Yeah.
So
Martini in the other hand.
I grew bored of the project early in anyway. On to bigger and better things. But if there's anything that draws my attention faster than inspiration, it's spitefulness.
It's quite a grudge for being fired, honestly.
Well, definitely burned a few bridges in working with them.
Sure. You certainly left quite a reputation in your wake in Drusar. Anything that we can harvest from this little tiny Malleus key to help us in our cause? Power cores?
That's what that second device is. He points to the second satchel that you are carrying over. It's like, one was from Imahara Joe's, the other I pieced together for interest.
Oh. Does it do anything different, or is it just blow? It goes boom. Okay.
It's just gonna say it too, which is the worst part, and then we're gonna feel really silly.
Little flag.
Yep.
Do you happen to know anything about what's his name? Predathos?
Name does not ring a bell, I'm afraid, but you can tell me, what is a Predathos?
A god eater.
See you know. Insight check.
Make an insight check.
Go for it.
23.
The Mighty Nine box set from WizKids is now available for pre-order. Find these and many more Critical Role miniatures at wizkids.io/crminis and at your local game store. WizKids. They're the whizziest.
I'm pretty sure the copy doesn't say that.
I can make up mottos for them.
Okay. Just like they asked for.
I think I think Predathos was like
A cereal.
Predathos. It was a cereal, and I was just curious if
Part of a balance bar?
you liked it.
Make a deception check.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Good job, Fernie. The team's all divided up. Some are going shopping.
I thought she was going.
21.
Hey.
21.
Interesting. Maybe you'll have to tell me all about this cereal on the journey.
Uh-huh.
Serial killer.
Hey.
Ayo.
In the interim, who's going to Basarus?
We are.
All right. It's a tight ride.
Easy rider.
And you all clutter in as the back feet push off the monstrous growling crawler, tearing across the desert ground, just leaving this large trail of dust in its wake. You kind of gather your bearings and then push on to the southward direction until eventually you come to the long bridge that carries you across the ravine once more. The wind, while it is gentler than previous days, it is still enough to cause the bridge to shift and rock slightly to a point where you are able to feel it even amongst the vibrations and push of the crawler, and it's a little off-putting.
Just tell me when we're over it.
I like riding these things.
What? Man, I love riding these things.
Within a short enough time, you begin to approach the outside of the Carmine Curtain and the bustling city of Basarus, the trash heap of the Hellcatch Valley. Do you do anything to...
Cover ourselves?
Oh, yeah. We're
cloaks.
We're cloaked up.
Cloaks.
Yeah.
Okay. You swallow yourselves in cloaks and materials to hide. Yep. Little...
We should probably have, like, painted over the little sign on our crawler, too, just to cover it up.
Sure.
Since we're
Probably
very...
been blown, like sand it blasted.
Yeah,
enough
yeah.
By this
something.
point.
That's true, that's true.
But
eats shit.
you cruise through the main gates. There are two very well-armed Gajakandas crawlers keeping a watch as you pour through, and they keep a tight eye. Just do a three of you a group deception check. I'll give you advantage because they're not looking for you specifically, but they're.
I'm so good at corruption. That's so great.
With advantage.
Thank God. Oh.
22.
11. It's good for me.
11.
Okay, 22, 11, 11.
I have a -2.
There's definitely an intense stare as you ride through the gates, but you don't read any sudden change in physical activity, any sort of mood shift or posture alteration. And you continue tearing through the city streets, following your lead as the driver.
Straight to, I know where I'm heading. Going straight
Specifics.
there.
In and out.
In and out.
You rush to the northern side.
Getting a burger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just one other
couple
concert. I want to see if they have a
couple
new
t-shirts,
one.
couple pot holders, whatever's new. Just one of everything.
I got rid of my pot holder. He took it.
That's true. You can pick up another one. But you do rush over to the Salmagunda Strip on the northern side of the city. There, going past the bustling courtyard that sits all these numerous carts and buildings and tents, you see the massive structure that is the caravanserai, the Raha Den, where you had stayed before. You knowing directly where Unisys General Supply Shop is, you go ahead and park and chain up your crawler near one of the specific hitching posts, which is not designed for a crawler necessarily. It's designed for a number of other creatures and beasts, but it works enough for the time being. You approach this very kind of simple-looking stone domicile that's been converted into a general supply shop, and you see the back of it has been expanded, like they took out the back wall and then affixed a storage facility beyond the back of it. But as you enter the front, it has these like long metallic beads that look like they're collections of pieces of scavenged metal and iron and aluminum and other ores that have been just kind of strung together on this long cable, and there's just numerous ones. And as you push through, it gives this kind of like shiny clattering sound that's not beautiful, but definitely unique. Stepping into the shaded interior, there's not much business going on here, but you do recognize Eunice, this kind of homely-looking male dwarf in his what would be the human equivalent of his 60s. He looks older. You see, he's got this thick, bushy, kind of white unibrow that sits over a shaved upper lip and a very, very long, gathered white beard that kind of drifts down past his navel. Wearing simple kind of light white clothing, both on shirt and pants for the hotter temperatures here of Basarus, and is currently in the process of enjoying a cup of tea and looking over what looks to be some sort of a folded piece of paper before you enter, and kind of puts it away.
Oh, hello. Welcome to the general store. What can I do for you?
Hi, Eunice, right?
That's me. I'm Eunice. Yeah.
Excellent. We're in a bit of a rush. We're here. We've heard this is the place. This is the place to shop in town. Gianna Hexam. Gianna Hexam said that you are just the place to go to get something special, potions. Maybe something magical. We've got a little bit of work to do, and we would love an edge. And when she says that somebody is the person, they are the person.
Gives like a curious glance out of one eye. His normally like squinty vision, one eye kind of pops open a bit. Stands up, folds the paper, puts it away, walks around to the door, going,
I can't say I've heard that name before. I appreciate someone's inquiry over someone else's recommendation, but that's not the sort of business.
Closes the door.
Yeah,
and locks it.
Real sorry about that.
All right, come here.
I knew it. I knew it.
There's a simple back door and this really extravagant-looking locked doorway.
I knew
pulls out a
it.
ring of keys and goes ahead and unlocks the simple door and opens it and leads you into this small back chamber where there are just a bunch of latched chests, like curved chests, box chests. It looks like this is most of them look empty, but there are some that are closed and latched. And he kind of steps inside. As you're about to step into the threshold, he puts a hand out and turns back to you. So what are you looking for?
What do you have?
We got all sorts of things. We got we got soot, we got Baron's root, we got all sorts of toxins, poisons. What are we talking?
Toxins and poisons might be a little more than what we need right now. We're not going to be. It's going to be less of a one-on-one confrontation issue and more snatch and grab. We've got to get into getting into a heavily armored facility, getting our shit together, and trying to get out in one piece. Health potions, any weaponry, defensive measurements, stuff.
Anything interesting?
Still.
I promise it's actually for a good cause for once.
Looking for tools and weapons. I got all sorts of regular ones in the other room, but if you want something special, let me see what I got.
Kind of like rubs his beard a bit and goes and starts locking some of these and opening them up, kind of rummaging through. Finds two larger healing potions. Kind of sets them aside and goes,
I got those. Those I can do and help you with.
Yeah, good. That's a start.
As far as interesting. Yes, interesting. Okay.
Big on surprise.
Gets down and opens up another chest and kind of pulls through. Dusts off something and kind of opens this small lid on it. Pulls out this like intricate, thin-looking circlet and sets it down. It's like this like fine silver circlet that almost like has a coiling design around the edges, and it looks like very, very, very lightweight, almost like a silver-like material. Sets that down on the table. Goes and pulls out another small box that has like a dark polished mahogany lid, and he pulls it up and pulls out this like long chain of like a dull, almost gunmetal coloration. And in the middle of it is this beautiful like brown yellow cut gem. Sets that aside, and then looks around and goes and like leaps up and grabs this one like bag that's hanging in the ceiling, pulls it, opens it up, and pulls out this like odd-looking thick like leather. It's like half between a belt and a girdle. It has like two belts along the side, but it has like a thicker piece of leather that's affixed to, and sets it down. And was like,
All right, these are interesting. They're not cheap, but they're interesting.
What do they do?
Oh, see, takes the necklace, holds it up. This.
The necklace or the circlet?
The necklace first. He pulls
okay.
it out. This necklace is a hardy little enchantment. It will rejuvenate and empower your personal fortitude, your endurance, your general health and sense of well-being.
Okay.
It's actually not a very unique name. It's called an amulet of health.
All right.
Oh.
That's the point.
Oh, does that make your
I
think that makes your constitution
amulet
19. That's score 19.
Will it run us?
Pulling it up. I should actually write this down too.
Amulet of health.
Wondrous constitution is 19 words.
Yeah.
But
Whoever wears it, their constitution becomes 19.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Just
Yeah.
straight jumps to 19.
Just straight jumps to
That,
19.
I haven't played yet, but I've looked up my items. This is one of my favorites.
Right? Yeah.
It must be a 2.
It's a 2, yeah.
All right.
Wow. Wowzers.
What's your constitution? 4? 6?
No, that's what you're thinking of my strength.
Oh, your strength. Yeah, that's right.
Don't insult me.
So much drink.
Seriously, who has the weakest constitution?
Okay.
I forget.
Circlet. He goes up and pulls up and kind of like, doesn't put it on, but holds it amongst. This is called the Circlet of the Hidden Eye. And is situationally useful for the kind of things that you're talking about, I think. Kind of getting a glance over it and looking at it, let me pull up the actual item here.
While wearing this circlet, you're immune to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts or determine whether you are lying. Creatures can communicate telepathically with you only if you allow it. If someone attempts to perceive or detect you through divination magic, they must succeed on a DC 16 wisdom saving throw to do so. On a failure, they are unable to locate or perceive you through the spell or scrying sensor. Oh my God. And they suffer psychic damage.
It's like a 10-foil
A
hat.
DC of what?
16 wisdom.
16.
Okay. It's a workable
Okay.
10-foil hat.
I don't know if you guys have enough money for all this shit.
We probably don't, but we'll figure out where we're gonna go with it.
Yeah.
And the third thing, and then we'll find out the damage.
Yeah.
Third one is called a Belt of Momentum. It's an item that a number of them were made for some of the local crawler gangs, the ones that like to get their hands dirty and close the gap at distance really quick. Belt of Momentum, leather belts that when you move more than 25 feet in a straight line and successfully hit a creature of huge or smaller size, it takes additional damage, and you can, if they make a save, to be pushed 15 feet away from you. You should become like a human battering ram, essentially. You get enough.
I always have thought that someone of Chet's age should probably be wearing a girdle. Like I feel like it would suit him.
to slump.
Yeah. He needs a little posture help.
Yeah, we get easily 2 or 3 more inches out of it.
I can't tell if he's insulted or considering
Everything
it.
run us
I can't
individually,
tell.
Potions in each item.
Oh wait, there's a stone too. Oh, was that the necklace?
That was the necklace.
Got it.
Indeed.
And 2 potions.
Alrighty.
So,
2 potions are potions of greater healing. Pull my list here.
alright, here we go.
Those will run you about 300 apiece for each potion. The belt is 2,500 gold pieces.
All right.
The circlet is 5,000 gold pieces. And the amulet is 7,000 gold pieces.
Ouchies.
Buy them all. It's the end of the world.
It's
We don't have enough
adorable that
to
you think we
buy
have that kind of
them
money. All right, what are we sitting at grand total of cash that we have on that?
Okay, wait. Everybody look at their
Excuse us for
money.
one second.
Yeah.
Should have given
I
more
have
money.
34.
I have.
I'll retcon and give you another 1,000.
Can you
4,000.
do that?
Can I?
Retcon?
No, only
You gave him the amount you gave him.
fair.
I've also got 9,500. So.
I've got.
If you dump all the money, we can then re-divvy.
Yeah, I know.
Just trade them your
Here's what the
glass hammer.
Yeah, exactly.
How much is
Just
that?
Okay.
Oh, so
You
30.
should
I
definitely
got
get those
33
health potions though.
plus 4, so 73. And then how much do you
I
have?
have 3,400.
34.
A little extra, but just 34.
Riveting.
I have
Sorry. And you have how much, Ash?
2,374.
Just because I'm curious.
Okay, so we have.
I also have $1,000 of gems in gems.
Okay, we have about 13K in gold. So what is it all together? Let's see, 7,000 plus 5,000. God,
It's 12.
12.
Just under.
So we can't get the,
1,500, 100.
But we can get the girdle.
We can get everything
and the
but the
circlet.
amulet.
Correct, and the 2 potions.
Or we can forego the girdle and get the amulet and the necklace.
How much do we have total?
7,000.
We have 13,000 gold.
Including the gems?
No, with the gems, that puts us at about, at
Maybe you could
14,000.
So I was going to say, how far away are we from the right total? Math, it's worth it.
We need the belt.
I feel like that.
For you?
Yeah, we could.
Do you want the belt?
No.
We could drop
Okay,
It
well
would be
then.
good for Orin.
It's 12.
extra
Oh, that's true.
damage. It's shoving
That's,
people around. I can already shove people around.
1,200, 600.
I'm gonna wear that
already
damn
shoved
butcher's
people
belt.
around.
12 plus 6.
It'll just be a fucking
Hold on,
nightmare.
I'm doing it too.
I'd rather have the necklace.
Yeah. So yeah, we're plus 600
Blood continues.
is 15,100. So
18,000.
okay, so 15,000 is what he's asking for everything.
Okay.
And we've got 14,000 with if he takes gems. If we give you, this is everything we've got. This is 13,074 gold. And we've got $1,000 worth of gems with us.
Actually, do we need those gems or anything?
For
No,
everything? I think he's asking for 15,100, right? Is
I
that
think
what you
that's, we don't want the belt.
Just trying to shave off the grain.
I'm saying if
Oh.
we get everything, the total is 14,500.
Okay, hold off on the gems then. I would say for 1 second. Let's see what we.
Or 15,100. Sorry.
So what do we have just in gold?
13.
13. And
I mean,
if we did a clean sweep, would you accept 13?
for Hexen.
Make a persuasion check.
Come
Come
on.
on.
Come on. Where's
Let's
Vex
go.
when you
Bless.
need her?
Let's go.
Guidance, guidance, bless.
Get out of here.
Come on, Dom.
Where's yours?
I believe in you.
That's great.
am I getting advantage because anybody's helping me?
I mean, I have a mild threatening demeanor, I suppose.
That's not.
No,
No,
I'd
not
say for
really. I'm
this,
being
it's
polite.
a straight roll for this.
I'm smiling.
I know.
Well, that looks good.
I'm smiling.
23?
23 is very good.
Yeah.
What's smart?
I tell you what.
Hmm.
13,000 gold and the gems
For everything.
for the lot.
That's a deal.
All
Plus
right.
this rope.
No deal.
Oh, yeah, okay. But, everything we have is good.
Put this back.
Oh God. So they're broke now. Right?
I know.
Being honest.
I used it when we blew up the other key.
That's true.
What did you just say?
It has been a bloody honor and a privilege.
All right.
Blew up the key.
I've got 1 silver in my pocket.
Goes ahead and closes the door and kind of like leads you back out to the main entryway. And as it closes, goes like, "Thank you very much for coming. I'm going to close up shop for a little bit. If anyone asks, I'm just going to go on the lunch break. Sorry I couldn't help you."
Yeah, we tried.
Closes it.
But I'm bad at that.
3,400 and change to 78 gold.
Yep. That's fine.
No
This is
problem.
the end of the world.
Yeah.
The rest of us got gold.
Gold comes back.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's
Make
hightail
our way
out of town.
All right.
Those are some good fucking scores.
We're hiding
Yeah.
our like stuff.
I would like you to make
Put it
a
in that
group
little-
stealth check.
Group
With a
stealth
3.
check.
Shit, what if you got
Oh, I'm gonna use
I
pass without a
would
trace for this.
be so
Oh,
fucking
pass out a
pumped.
trace?
Yeah.
Great.
Right, has no trace.
A lot of advantage. None because
No, this would not be
They will
advantage
plus
because this is now like this isn't you cruising at breakneck speed on a crawler. This is walking through the city, or getting back to your crawler in the middle of it, open space. So
15.
15. That's plus the 10.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
24.
24.
31.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, you get a few interesting glances as you step through the street, getting back to your crawler, and you can see there are a few, being a crawler parked in the middle of the Sunagona strip of people that do not actually wear any banner or allegiance to any of the other crawler gangs. You can see a few like odd views and some figures. Like some people have been walking by the crawler while you're in the shop, and as you step out, they kind of like step aside and scatter like they weren't even paying attention. And you're getting a few looks, but nobody is encroaching upon your personal space. It's just a general curiosity. You step back onto the crawler, kind of absolving the hitching post of the chain, and the legs pick up and begin to tear away. People kind of step beyond the path and let it carve its path back into the deep city of Basarus, unimpeded and without issue. Until eventually you tear back out past the eastern side of the Carmine Curtain, long past the bridges, and then return to the hideaway. Your goods in tow.
I like shopping.
I do too. I'll admit, I really like shopping.
It's been a bit since you guys went shopping. Like the rest of you who've been waiting and partying.
We've been doing a family therapy session with you and your mom and dad for a while.
Great. Make an insight check.
Okay.
What?
13.
13. Okay. So the rest of your group returns. You've caught up a bit with your parents. You've caught up. Hondir's kind of been, helping around there quietly, nervously asking, so have you heard anything from other members of the Verity? I've kind of been laying low intentionally and assuming that things have gone well in my absence. I've done my part, and I'm not a person to
Are we back?
Yes, you've returned.
They're kind of. It's a hot situation.
It's a rough. It's bad.
They're a bit
scattered.
There's some in the under the download, the Underdark.
The Shadow.
Shadowfell, thank you. And there's a few that are trapped in the fire plane.
All right. There are many of us around Exandria, and we've done most of the work we can do. We've kind of left it in the hands of allies who are more capable of these final stages, I suppose. So that's good. That's good.
Well, good. I mean, some are stranded in the fire plane.
Like just wandering the fire plane?
No, they're in a house.
Stuck in Plane Rider Ren's house.
Oh, they should be safe there. I think we'll have a chance to.
What if Ren is gone?
Then I guess we'll have to find someone to go and retrieve them soon.
Absolutely. Positive outlook.
I knew
That's
we
right. Work the problem. But right now, they're fucking stuck.
And apparently, Arnold Trott was captured.
Unfortunate. By who? By the Vanguard?
Sam, you asked.
Yeah, he was captured by Vasselheim.
No, by Vasselheim agents. Oh. There were a bunch of big scary judicators.
Was taken by judicators. That does not bode well. Well, I think I'll stay here.
That's a good idea. Truly.
I'll stay here with the Callaways. They could use some tending while you.
He kind of quietly looks over towards Ira, while you move on.
Yeah, but you have some kind of perimeter security system or an early warning apparatus set up, right? I mean, you just got Ira over here looking through a telescope and just peeking on in. I'm pretty sure you could backtrack that somehow.
Maybe.
You don't have anything, do you?
I do not. I'm a researcher.
Okay. No, but you'll sleep fine.
Here's the thing. The forces in Vasselheim were trying to take care of the Grim Verity because they wanted their secret kept safe, right? They didn't want the secret of Predathus to get out.
It is true, yes.
So, would it make sense to tell someone in Vasselheim what Deleth is doing?
If you have enough proof to convince them, otherwise you're showing your hand and liable to end up where other members of the Verity have been.
Yeah, I think we've been trying to tell him.
We've made attempts to get this across, but the Ruby Vanguard, Ludinus, has been very careful to keep all of his cards hidden until very recently. And when told of these things at such a juncture with little to convince, we haven't seen a few friends in some time. The shame is, I think we probably could, right as the solstice begins. It may not be enough soon enough. But such is the nature of his plan, and such is the arrogance of the Tempest that have been around for so long. Anyway, I do not wish to waste any more of your time, which is so precious in what is coming.
You can almost see him understanding the perspective of the people that want to break out old Master P. The temples, being arrogant, not listening.
Well, not the Changebringer temple, I'm sure it was very responsive.
I'm sure. Make him say,
Have you heard from Pike?
I have not, but, you know, she'll reach out when she needs us.
How many days away are we?
4?
You are 6 days away.
6 days.
So, are we going to rest and go tomorrow? Guess we have to, right? We're going?
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
Is there any reason to wait?
No? I mean, what time is it?
Plan would be good.
If we go and we're caught, I mean, I'm down all of the spells that we've used to message people today.
So yeah, let's rest
Which
and go
is a
tomorrow.
lot. I mean, but
Yeah, I'll take the rest of the day to paint that symbol on the sides of the ship. If that works.
Yeah.
Okay. So you adorn elements of the ship of the Silver Sun with symbols of the Cerberus Assembly.
is what we said, right?
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Okay.
I used the crate that Ashton kept for reference.
we can rest on the ship. We can rest on the ship. I keep thinking that it's like right there, but it's 4 days travel, right? So
Yeah.
no, fuck it. Let's get on the ship and go.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I can paint as we take off.
How long does that spell last?
An hour.
Okay.
You can recast it
Yeah.
a few times.
Yeah, okay. So, as the sky ship ascends once more into the
tightrope to your body.
Yeah.
the slowly setting sunlit sky, the ominous gathering of dust clouds on the horizon, you begin to push northwest once more as Ira climbs aboard the ship with you. And Xandus immediately turns and is like, all right, you found everything in there. What the fuck is that?
This
I mean,
is-
like, grabs an axe and is like,
No, Captain.
no.
Okay, this is Ira Windigath. He's a valued guest of ours. Totally trustworthy, very creepy.
I reckon.
In your head, Captain Xandus, you hear, do not trust him at all, but he is of value.
Xandus kind of puts the axe slowly down. Well, if you're a guest of our boss's, guess you're a guest of ours as well, creepy tall man. Welcome aboard the Silver Sun. Make yourself at home. And Ira kind of like curls forward and then stands at full height, like arms at the sides, legs, then and is like nearly 12, 13 feet tall at full height. And then just like gives a soft bow of the head and goes, it is a pleasure to be aboard your fine craft. So tall. And then kind of the legs bend and the arms bend back down to almost a regular height, an average 7 foot in that position, before kind of knocking the tails of his long coat behind, and then pulling the bag from the ether. Where shall my quarters be to sleep? And the captain goes, right, about that. I'm going to go ahead and have Khalil go and show you around. Khalil, could you deal with the weird one? Khalil's like, yes, of course, I will thank you, Captain, for your incredible show of bravery. Yes, I will show you to your cabins. And as leads Ira beneath the deck, you watch as he kind of slowly pulls and grabs the bottom of the door, and it's like a weird folding of a paper clip as he kind of pushes into the doorway before the head turns with a grin towards the rest of you and then vanishes beneath the deck.
We should show everyone what we got.
Divide it up.
Yeah.
I think there's really only one thing. I mean, one thing obviously has to go to you.
The circlet?
Yeah, the circlet.
All right.
I'm going to take the belt unless anybody really wants to, punch people at a running speed. I got an
Where's
idea.
the hole?
Oh, God. Whoa, yeah.
I'm going to hop down and grab the bib and bring it out.
Gross.
Where in the blood?
He does
Can
spatter
you just,
blood all across the deck.
Well, no, we don't know when we're going to need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like a health potion, please.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
health
how's your
potion.
health in general?
How's my health in
Who
general?
needs the necklace?
Con, is what I'm asking.
My con might not be as bad as some others. I've got a con of 15.
What's yours?
Same, 15.
18.
Mine's 14, but I already took the circlet.
I mean,
Where you at, Chetty?
14?
Ooh,
throw it that
makes
direction
sense.
then.
Why don't you take it?
I don't want it.
No.
Okay.
Who else got 14?
Trying to respect our elders, Chet.
What's Constitution or AC?
D100 worries me.
I don't think his constitution can stop that. It's just time.
I'll say I don't mind doubling you up if it comes to it.
No
Honestly,
problem.
we're just more or less likely to be attacked if we have you around with us.
Those
in the first
D10s.
place.
They're rolling true still.
Or killed.
So I should what?
For the Fey land.
Keeping you
I
up
should
and
go-
running is probably a good
Well,
idea.
Laudna goes down a lot.
Laudna goes down so much.
But how much does it improve your
Is it a +1 or a +2?
You would,
It's 19. How
So
much?
you get
it would
plus
jump me
4.
out to
19.
+4.
Whoa. That's huge.
That is a big
I think
jump.
that's a big deal.
You're all level 8, right? So that would, or you're level 8? Yeah, you're all level 8, which would mean for you it would be an additional 16 hit points.
Oh,
Take it.
killer.
Take it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you drop
I do drop it
a
off.
lot
Yeah.
of paper.
And I just toss it at you.
Throwing things at me.
Take an HP damage from the necklace that gives you HP. Right now.
Perfect.
Take
Alright.
the amulet.
I'll take the amulet.
Chetney, also, I'm just going to pitch. I think you should give Imogen the butcher's bib.
What? I'm not wearing the butcher
Just for,
bib.
like, a dramatic effect.
No.
Yes.
What?
You're absolutely
Why?
right.
It really
I take it off.
Look.
I take it off. Imogen!
It stops midair.
Does it stop all the blood?
Yeah, full on
Yes.
Neo with blood. Just
No. Just a couple drops.
best use of telekinesis ever.
They're all going to
Does
laugh
it does
at
the thing where it goes
you.
boop, and then it goes
19 or
under.
20 is a crit.
I don't want to be a bloody butcher.
I'll be a bloody butcher.
You should be a bloody butcher.
Well, no, this is
You're a
your.
born bloody butcher.
That's a.
It's your
Say
thing.
again?
You're a born bloody butcher.
You better believe it.
it's like
No,
made
no,
of
that's
skin,
not a
just
blood
like
bag.
look,
Born
it's
bloody
made of
butcher.
skin, just like your bed, Fern.
It's true, but that's you love that. You wanted to put that on.
I'm going to go full wolf and just
Yeah,
bleed
do
all
it.
over myself.
I think
And I'm
you
going to
should.
feast on the faces of people. It's
Yeah,
going to be
wear it.
fucking
Wear it.
awesome.
I already have.
You'll
my,
know where
my
I
plate.
was because I'm going to leave a blood trail behind me.
So Grandma already gave me something. So
Go
This
cross-country skiing
the
and shit.
the circlet is attunement,
not
right?
adding an extra.
I believe it's
Yeah, so I'm gonna
yes.
take off the Feywild shard.
What's that do for you?
The Feywild shard?
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything other than give me a chance to accidentally lose all my hair.
Oh, cool.
It can do some cool stuff if you
Yeah,
roll properly.
exactly.
I'm kind of into that.
I mean,
Are you a sorcerer?
No.
You have to be a sorcerer.
Oh, you have to be a sorcerer?
Give it to Laudna.
Yeah, do you
Actually-
want...
What?
Here, I pull it out of my hair.
What is it? What's this? Is this the thing that makes that makes
eat
weird
it.
stuff
That's
happen?
the trouble bubble, yeah.
The trouble bubble?
It's only if you use sorcery points.
Only if you use
Look up the Feywild shard.
I think it's kind of perfect. That makes me very happy, actually, the more I think about it. I can do this crazy thing.
You have to probably go get it.
All right, well, you figure out all your shit.
Yeah.
We're taking off.
Oh, yeah, we're on.
Yeah,
We're up and running.
All right. The ship continues on to the night.
Does anyone want my pearl of power?
Just you already gave
We'll
it
do
to
it. We'll do
me.
it. We'll figure it all out.
I'll give it to
You
you.
already gave it to me.
I haven't
yes.
been using it, but yes.
All right. Another evening comes to a close, and another day of journey begins.
I'll say if we're bringing the night down just a real quick, Orm is on the deck of the ship, pulls out the stone.
Oh, wow.
Listen, what's going on over here is really bad. Get the group, head underground. Stay there till you hear from me again. Miss you.
He responds, I'll see what I can do. There's plenty of places underground, I'm sure. It's a little hairy on this end, too. You take care of yourself. Be careful.
And then he sings a song.
Yes. Kiss from a rose.
Okay. Shit's so good. Robbie's so talented.
That brings us to the next day. 5 days to the solstice.
Let's go, Orm.
Is it my turn?
Indeed.
3.
Oh
Yes!
no!
Yeah!
We don't have time.
Roll a d6 for me.
There may
One.
never be another time.
I got a 1 on the d6. What does it mean? What does it mean?
Thank you for.
That's how we finally get the dragon. Actually, that could then.
Yep.
At this point,
he's
could then
touching all
roll.
the things.
Go, Geldon.
Go ahead and grab that Trask.
Let's go.
Well, it's been fun, kids.
It's at this time.
Yeah, Trask
That-
wouldn't be that bad, actually.
Windstorm begins to
Like,
kick
not
in.
only could you.
But where is
maybe
the
get
dust
to the
of
airship, but they can just
gray,
get close
and
enough.
brown, and yellow?
You can lower it
previously
there and just
stormed
have it
through
just
and blew
wreak chaos while you
about.
go in.
This one has odd arcane coloration. This one carries with it sparks of energy and magic and weird bursts of uncontrolled Exandrian arcana. This is an arcane wind triggered by the shifting of the ley lines with the tumultuous weather of the Hellcatch as
Magic hailstorm. Ball of blue skin. Glitter, 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 glitter. Ah!
In my eye.
it seems like a darkened storm, and then you watch blue, purple, green lightning arcing through the cloud around you as you all begin to ratchet yourselves down. This is another skill check.
I run and dive in front of Fern.
Alrighty. So, who's going to make the first attempt at trying to ford this storm? What are you doing to help the
This is
Silver
like
Sun prepare for this?
magic?
It is a heavy dust storm, but it brings with it an element of unpredictable magic as well.
Oh boy.
Unpredictable magic dust storm.
Indeed.
Well, I'm gonna just run up to Captain Xandis, who's at the helm, I assume, and it looks like there's lightning strikes all over the place.
I forget, how does it get
Outside of the
upstairs
ship,
again?
Through wildfire through the clouds, but it's all different colors that kind of match the shifting and the ley line sparks and pulses you've seen, getting brighter and brighter with each day.
Well, then I don't know if this is gonna help, but I'm gonna cast protection from energy on him.
Oh, nice.
On them, on Xandis?
Yes.
Okay.
On them, for lightning, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Xandis like,
okay, it's certainly getting weird at times. Every time we go out together, so that's cool.
A lot of stories to have. We survived this. I'm gonna write them down in my eventual book. If we survive this, what are you doing, F.C.G?
I'm just giving you a little boost against the elements, if that's all right.
Oh, please take it. I'll take anything. You go ahead and reach out and touch Xandis, and you watch as
I
this
love
kind of half-inch wide divine barrier like washes over their body with a slight crackle.
Chainbringer is watching you.
Sure, whatever. As long as somebody's watching me, because I'm watching this craziness, and he shifts the ship to the right to effectively ward off this heavy blast of arcane wind. The ship begins to lift a little bit, but Xandis is keeping it in tail. Go ahead and roll a d20 and just add your spellcraft modifier, and we'll use this as part of the initial skill test.
Okay, well that's a natural 1. So that's a 3. I have 4.
Buddy.
Oh.
So you cast the spell on Xandis, and you watch as the energy wave washes over them. They're like, oh, this feels a lot more confident. And the crackles go, get brighter, and Xandis is definitely protected. But bolts of energy begin shooting out from the protective energy field of Xandis and striking parts of the ship.
I'm going to... Oh, boy.
Oh no.
I need the rest of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh no.
As suddenly Xandis becomes a lightning rod for this arcane energy, and the lightning that would be protecting is now being pushed out across the entirety of the deck.
19.
What is this, a dexterity save?
Dexterity saving throw.
15.
Okay.
Oh, me too?
He's going to roll.
That is 23 points of lightning damage. Oh, sorry, you succeeded just half. So that's 11 points of lightning damage.
15.
23 points of lightning damage.
7.
23 points of lightning damage.
19.
11 points of lightning damage.
8.
23 points of lightning damage.
Natural 20 for 25.
11 points of lightning damage.
20.
And that's 11 points of lightning damage.
But Xandis is fine.
Xandis is fine.
Hey,
but the
I
ship,
did
you
it.
can see burn marks across the deck as the energy kind of sparks through. And Ira immediately kind of curls out from the side and goes like, oh my.
Oh, God.
He loves this.
All right, so that's
1 fail.
That was a natural 1.
So that counts as 2.
It counts as 2 failures. 1 more failure and this skill check is done.
Oh no.
Who's bringing up the next thing? It's 4 successes before 3 failures, and you've already got 2 out of the gate.
Oh God.
Oh God.
We got this, guys. 4 in a row.
I got 1 or somebody else.
Yeah, do
go.
it. No, do it.
You got
do
go,
it.
go.
You or me?
Okay, I was good. I turned into a fucking wolf. I'm going to run to the main mast where all the sails usually break and the main beams, and I will get my claws out and climb up, and I will post up on the ropes and sails and just be ready for anything that starts to break to start working my woodworking magic.
That's great. That's
sail
great.
repair.
I'll say for that,
Sad.
go ahead and roll a perception check to
Sad.
keep an eye for anything that begins to crack and receive damage from the storm.
20, dirty 20.
20, that's a success. All right, as you're kind of keeping an eye out there, your woven claws dug into the sides of the wood. You watch for any sort of heavy listing to the structure of the sails, and you see one that begins to creak a bit, and you immediately go over and pull her up to it, and then hold it. And with your weight between the two masts, you're kind of keeping it in place and not being bent to the point where the structure is starting to sustain damage at the impact of the wind. And you're feeling pretty confident you've got this side of the ship pretty solid. You're full on Spider-Man at the front of the train.
Yes.
Just Tobey Maguire, the master of on-screen Spider-Man faces. Who's up next?
There's
Who's responsible for
colorful lightning going everywhere, right?
The lightning shooting off of Xandis is subsiding, but there's colorful lightning going all through the clouds nearby.
Orm runs to the front of the ship and jams Seedling down into the wood face down, and vines go out onto the deck. And I take my hands off of it and say a little prayer to the goddess who booned me this, and hope it acts as a lightning rod and just keeps it off everyone else.
Ooh, interesting.
You're trying to walk the lightning rod?
Attract the lightning.
Keep it away from us, our flesh. And just
Okay.
hit the sword.
Okay. Are you attempting to reach out to ask help from?
Yeah, I did pray.
Okay. Go ahead and just make a wisdom check.
Oh yeah.
9.
9.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
The lightning strikes the sword, and as it hits, the lightning seems to almost freeze in place, like and just locks, like time stops where this bolt of lightning is. It is bright, and the flash is kind of held sustained, and there's this odd moment of confusion and awe, like there's this just massive filament that is just plasma bright at the head of the ship. And in this kind of odd moment, like the air and quiet seems to still, and everyone kind of looks at each other confused before it ramps up with intensity, and this massive lightning blast ends up striking the front of the ship and the front of the Silver Sun. Explodes outward, exposing part of the front of the ship's deck below.
Yes, good.
With this much wind now hitting and entering the hull, you can hear screams from the ship inside, and you kind of seeing this, one of the sails begins to crack a bit. You hold it tight, and Xandis goes, "I'm going to have to bring it down. I have to bring it down, or it's going to come apart. Everyone, just hold on tight." He begins to spin the wheel as the ship begins to turn and rotate and go into kind of a downward corkscrew spiral, barely holding on as it spins within its own slow descent, eventually coming to a very hard landing onto the dusty ground below with a...
They're not making it to the solstice.
Eventually it skids to a stop, turning and almost...
They're not making it to the
full
solstice.
tilting to its side before it just stops and comes to rest into a pile of dust as the arcane storm slowly passes by over the next 20 or so minutes, crackling and whirling away.
Yes, GM. By the way, we definitely brought the crawler
As it
along
goes,
with us if it fit on the ship.
I mean, we talked. We
thousands
talked
of
about
percent.
it.
Okay, the crawler
Was on the ship.
wouldn't fit on... Well, here.
Oh, wait.
Roll a d20 for me.
Put the crawler in the hole.
I mean, it's not big.
17.
17. The crawler, which you had affixed to the deck of the ship,
Okay.
you had affixed with such care and obsession with it that it nearly, but does not get thrown in the midst of this storm. It carves up a lot of the wood on the deck and has left a lot of damage around it, kind of being essentially a spiked bladed ball that's been kind of thrust around. But you do not lose it in the midst of the storm. You do, however, lose a day of travel.
Great.
When I recover
landing.
Seedling, does it have new superhero powers from its...
No, it's very hot, though.
Yeah, okay. Ah!
It's like...
Yeah.
There's a hole in the front of it.
Oh my god.
How are we going to travel? This thing is not going to fly
Take
anymore.
the rest of the
will
day
it?
to repair.
You lose a day of travel because it takes a day to get it back up and running.
The only other option would be to make a cart and hit drive, and it would take the same amount of time, I guess.
It's not longer.
uh,
I guess we bed down and...
Well,
It's a boat.
Let's fix it.
let's fix the boat.
It takes the majority of the rest of the afternoon into the evening to repair it. The crew's on task, and it eventually gets itself back up into the sky. It looks a little ragged. It's definitely taken a few unfortunate blows, and it was not built to withstand an arcane wind such as that. But it is back up in the sky.
You would think these damn gods would want to be on our side right now, right?
I don't think gods are ready to do-
Changebringer to give us some help.
Was that
Yeah.
you? Yes, it was. No, I can't. Whenever I ask questions about her, it's misleading answers. I only can ask questions about myself.
It's interesting.
Ask-
What other rules
ask
are you
the
going to
Changebringer
discuss?
if you
Directed
stop
at you.
worshiping them.
That's not fair.
Why?
Why not?
Just see.
Should I stop worshiping you? That's a big old no.
Worth a try.
All right, let's fix this thing. We got time to make
We're
up.
up and out. We're flying.
All right, so you're up and flying once more. Right as the evening takes you for the sky, and another evening's rest, you can take a long rest.
Oh, thank God.
Great. Fernie.
And with that-
Fernie.
That's me. What you need, babe?
I'm pretty fully equipped on inventory. Would you feel have any interest in this Feywild shard?
Well, let me see
Does
what
she use
I'm
sorcery
working
points?
It
on.
requires
be a
sorcery
sorcerer.
points to be used, so it's a sorcerer item.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We'll hold on to it.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be.
Because you're fully equipped too.
Nobody else wants to. Can anybody else?
Nobody else is sorcerer.
Oh, because nobody else.
Nobody else.
This is why.
If we find a crazy person, I have ideas. Yeah.
Who's rolling?
Well, the evening comes to a close. The aurora itself is extremely bright now. It's like, from all perspectives on the deck of the ship, you are swimming through the ethereal sea. There is just curtains of color and energy and sparkles and flashes. It is a dreamscape around you on all sides with the backdrop of the black starlit sky. The beauty is transitioning slightly more and more into terrifying with the intensity of the aurora, and its shifting energy is now becoming more and more present as the face of magic across Exandria is changing, like it does about once every 2 centuries or so. Finishing out the night, that brings us the next day, 4 days till the solstice. Somebody please go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
YOLO. 1.
No.
Roll a d6.
No.
Roll a d6 for me.
You are lying.
No! They're not on our side.
6.
They're not
6.
on our side.
Okay. So.
Fuck.
9.
Another dust storm kicks up.
Oh, fucking hell.
Magic one or just
Stuck out
the
here.
dust?
No, this is a regular dust storm. It's not.
El Niño.
It's not as heavy. It's not quite as heavy as the
Oh, great.
one
So,
that
so the
initially
DCs
battered
won't
the
be
ship
as
apart.
high.
It's just kind of like it obscures your vision a bit. Xandus just goes, "This is not really good luck with this timing. I mean, this. You sure you need to do this? Like, we could just take a vacation. We could just go to like
We don't have time.
Shamal Bay's, maybe just a few more, another week.
Wish we could.
Okay.
After.
Well, okay. Well, we'll keep pushing.
We'll see if it's still there in a few days.
Yeah,
I do.
Orm, you're the first to see. Some sort of shadow in the storm behind you.
Shit.
And right as you clarify it following, you also hear the and the faint glow that it emits. As you hear, guys, you turn and look and watch as the glow is light sources flapping.
Looks like it's a dragon.
A massive fiery bird in pursuit of your skyship begins to push through this storm. What do you do?
A fiery bird? Like
Floor
a
it.
red and orangey fiery bird?
Its body is more like black and purple feathers, it looks like, that kind of lead into flames, and then its wings are just massive flames. Your first thought is possibly Phoenix. Make a con check.
Fucking shit on the ground.
Yeah, like.
It's not
9.
black and pep.
Damn.
Hard dive.
Did you just release the?
Hard dive.
Hard dive.
Hard dive.
Did you just release
Okay,
the?
once again, please hold on. Cranks one of the various levers, and the front.
I'm thinking arc like fingers, but
glowing broomstone rocks dull. And
oh,
the ship goes
that's yeah, that's
and goes to
that's
an
someone else
immediate
thought
dive.
that that's what I.
Right as the creature kind of comes into a dive behind you.
How close is the bird?
How close is it?
It's about 100 or so feet away, and it is gaining in the dive.
Can
As
I
it's now going
try-
into a.
Can I just try to use a sorcery point and cast command on it?
I actually
Sure.
I attempt to rage again while I'm sitting there, and I tap my hammer down on the ground, and the rainbow sparks start, and there's a probability matrix now around us as well.
Okay,
So,
okay.
If I can assist.
Yeah, it's
Fair enough.
If yeah,
So
I'm
you're
with that
casting
person.
command.
If
Is it a
the
wisdom saving throw?
if the
Yes, it is.
Desirant is
It's a natural one.
that
Okay, what do you
Desirant, they are dead.
Leave!
It's into a full dive, and it's like catching
That-
up on the ship, and then immediately it
My world
picks
is
up
destroying
and just
threat,
darts
but
as the ship is still going
that
down.
thing's
You
on
watch the
par
dust
with
storms
good
like passing
pull, I
by, and
think.
you can just begin to see the shadow of Exandria approaching as Xandus goes, "Gotta pull up, or we all die!"
Yeah, pull up,
Reverse it, and the two front broomstones glow, that heavy hum, and as the ship begins to pull up, you all feel yourselves like the G-force pulling you down. You all grab on it. It actually hits the top of a big dune. Whoa. And the ship, you feel the rocking of the impact, but then it bounces up. You hear the creaking of wood, but no serious damage. The storm's still blowing by. It's not as dense below here. And the ship kind of picks up again, begins to drift at a mild speed, trying to be careful of the wind. And you hear again.
Yeah, it's coming back. It only lasted for a minute.
And you all see that glow from the dust above as this gargantuan bird is now like swarming down towards the ship.
Are there any? Oh, this is a stupid question. Are there any? Now that we're low to the ground, any sinkholes on the horizon?
Make a perception check.
Oh boy, that was
18.
That was
18.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, there's a ravine not far from where you are, but there's no sinkholes immediately that you can tell.
Xandus, maybe some cover in that ravine.
I'm gonna try and do cover, but it's looking at us. Look at this, and begins to pick up the speed. And now that this is coming into the ship, it picks up as much speed as it can safely, and the wind is still battering it from the storm, and it's trying to keep it together.
That scene from Godzilla King of Monsters.
The wheel, and the bird is like now cruising above. You can see it kind of like coasting as its head looks down, and these like burning coals for eyes, and it's like darker head and this like sharpened beak, and it just kind of screeches, and you watch this flame just kind of burst out of its mouth as it screeches.
How many feet?
About 100 feet above you, and it's beginning to hone in.
And we're in the ravine now?
No, Xandus is heading towards it. They're currently steering it.
Okay.
This was gonna be weird.
Still 100 feet.
Ladies, can you throw anything back in its face?
It's too far away.
We need to get a little closer.
I'm gonna just try to hit it with a lightning bolt.
With a lightning bolt. Okay.
You can start throwing damage spells at it.
Actually, where the fuck is Ira?
He's staying out of this.
Okay,
He's not a dummy.
He's sun tanning. He's got one of those silver
All right, so
I'm gonna team up with that lightning bolt and throw a ray of frost at it.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw is 13.
That's what happened.
That's
Oh,
okay.
great. So that's 8d6 of damage it takes.
Go ahead.
This is uncalled.
86.
Whoa.
Oh God, I'm just dropping everything.
Get good one.
Good call.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh God.
That's one of them.
Bow. 10, 15, 21, 24, 27, 28, 29.
29 points lightning damage. You got it. The bolt arcs through it and slams into its body. It takes the impact, and it shrugs it off.
Oh, big
Lightning
burn.
immune to light.
It doesn't. It's less resistance and more just this is a
I'm hoping this is just an arc like.
powerful beast.
I'm gonna throw a ray of frost at it. Let me know the moment.
I'm
it gets
hoping
within
this is just
60
an arc like.
Okay, it's closing quickly.
That's
so
still pretty dangerous,
now.
but.
Now? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Well, I did a ray of frost. Fuck. Okay, well, 19 plus 7 to hit, so 26 to hit.
That hits.
And then can I immediately throw another spell at it?
Well, other people are going to go while you're doing that. So.
All right. 7 cold damage. And its speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Great. So it's 120 foot fly speed is now 110 feet.
Cool.
Oh boy.
Is it within 60 feet?
Yeah, it's just about to slam onto the deck of the ship.
All right.
Sorry, you go.
Polymorph.
Oh yeah.
Polymorph.
Polymorph.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you turning it into? Or trying to?
A goldfish.
Remember, it's fucking falling.
So it's gonna
Yes, it'll
immediately turn
die.
into
No, and then
it
it'll
just turns
bounce
right
back
back.
into-
Do what Keith
We
did.
learned
okay.
nothing.
It's okay. Thing.
Oh no, we're doing
Wait,
this.
wait, my goldfish
Okay.
onto our deck, and then we can just catch.
You said a
flip it off.
goldfish, right? That was your first
Yeah.
instinct. We'll see if it fell.
I can't.
That's gonna be it. That's a 13. What's your DC?
Okay, I don't think it's just.
16.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a plan. I got a plan.
Into a goldfish, and the wind just carries it up into the windstorm.
That's true. It would be like kind of fly
It's a
away.
tiny little fish, and it's a heavy windstorm, and the fish just goes.
Yeah, they can carry
and disappears into the dust.
Like frogs.
Okay, that's not desert. That's not desert. That's just like
3 minutes before it hits.
It could be longer.
Oh, just-
They stay up there forever.
That's great. Yeah, let's keep going.
Go, go, go.
Let's just go.
Zen is
Okay!
This is just.
This is kind of awesome, I'm not gonna lie!
Is the goldfish gone? We can't see the goldfish.
yeah, it just got picked up into the storm.
Yeah, somewhere a half mile away, there's a family camping, and they're like, "What is that?"
Family camping.
That lasts for an hour.
Who camps in the
Okay.
Hellcatch?
Wow.
Wow.
It doesn't take longer than a few minutes to feel that the safety of avoiding the imminent strike of this strangely roused and angered beast has been averted.
Yeah. For the fucking goldfish. Sorry.
Yes.
Healing moment.
So, no travel is lost.
Yes.
The day completes that issue.
Wow. How many days do we have left?
Well, if you finish this day, it'll be 3 days to the solstice, and 2 days of travel.
Yeah, yeah, I'm agreed. That's right. Would have had legendary resistances. So that was not. That was not the
finishing
sub DT
fourth
level.
night, unless anyone has anything they wanna
DT.
do.
Nope.
That brings us to 3 days to the solstice, and 2 more days of travel. Someone else want to roll a d20?
17.
17. Clear skies.
Clear skies. Clear skies.
Clear skies ahead. The dust storms have settled, it seems, for the day. And you now have a beautiful view of the Hellcatch below. Beautiful in the sense that it is beautifully clear. The Hellcatch is beautiful in its own right, and it's in its oddly barren and desiccated landscape. You can see the number of the kind of wicked-looking trees. You would know these as Hagado trees that kind of, this part of the Hellcatch kind of climb up looking like withered arms that kind of reach for the sky about 20, 25 feet off the ground. And you see them like pushing through cracks and such with elements of like pale green and orange leaves and small seed pods that kind of scatter around as the ship's kind of keeping low and passing by. Nature is odd, but definitely robust across this valley in unique ways in comparison to the rest of the continent. But
If the skies are clear, I'm going to take a little bit of time to spider climb underneath, check my paint job, make sure it hasn't been sandblasted off, and maybe do touch-ups if needed.
it's been somewhat sandblasted, but in a way that makes it look weathered.
Oh, fine, I'll leave it. It's good.
Orem, you feel this strange kind of pulse in your side pouch. This weird, like a weird thrum. Boom.
Get a message?
Boom. Boom. It's not your stone. You forgot about this. It's you keep looking to it. It was a gift from a long time ago, but this small seed.
That thing was like this big, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like settled in the bottom of your pouch. And it is
Forget about it.
pulsing.
Well, I'm going to examine it if it's going off.
It's got this like faint green glow to it.
Wait, am I remembering? This is back from EXU.
EXU, yeah.
Yeah, not Keyleth. This is
You got it from one of the other druids.
in
the ancient ruins.
Talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been so long since I watched the original EXU.
Roll a nature check for me.
That's not gonna go well. 5.
5. It's a seed.
Yeah.
Try talking to it.
Yeah. Hello?
I mean, am I the only one who? It's a seed.
Feed the seed.
Give it water?
Put it. It's a seed.
Yeah, but
Grow something.
we're in the air.
Yeah.
Hydroponic, man.
Give it some water though.
You can land.
Okay. Does anyone have any water on right now?
No. Wait.
No, but we
Of course,
can
we
get
got a
some.
canteen and stuff.
Go get some water.
All right.
You just pour it on there.
Well,
Hold on.
I've been holding on to this to plant it.
Is it really just an organic seed? Do you want me to identify it?
Ooh.
You can. You can take a look at it. Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I got rid of the thimble, but I've got like a ball. Do you have like a pot or something. I don't know.
Wait,
It's
my
big.
chamber pot.
That'll do it.
Perfect.
Wait, did
Comedy.
Didn't I give that to? Who did I give that to?
How big is
Did I
the
give
thing
it to-
in your hand?
It's like ostrich egg, if I remember.
I think that thing is to go on the ground.
I'll identify it just to see if I can glean anything additional from it.
We can use the Taldore.
Oh, the tankard.
Do we have?
Yeah, it'll fit in the tankard.
Do we have some soil or something? I mean, you could just put it in water and it would.
I actually have some soil.
You're kidding.
I have graveyard soil, I believe.
Perfect. Let's do this.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
Or containers on
Well, no, we have this
I have
tankard.
graveyard dirt.
Will it fit
Okay,
in
but
the
I
tankard?
think they're used to identify for
Should we give it a little more
Do you
room?
have
It needs-
any kind of? You got any spare
Like
chamber
a barrel?
pots?
Wait,
Chamber, I mean, spare? I don't know, I didn't clean them myself, so...
use mine, I don't
we've got
use it.
crates.
I don't use
We've got
my
empty
chamber pot
crates.
for my
We've
room.
got some crates in the
Yeah,
bar.
we got barrels
No, I
and
mean,
things.
like all of our rooms have
I
chamber
open up
pots in
the
them.
I open up the hole and I pull out some of the crates.
Yeah,
which
put two
if-
of them in that
you can
bad
garden
boy.
in a crate.
Oh, there, yeah.
Just fill it with
Garden
dirt.
in a crate is great.
I pull out a small crate.
It's the best way to do
We're gonna have a nice plant by the front.
So, okay, great.
Let's do this.
By identifying it, do I glean any knowledge about how to grow it or what it will?
It is a message bloom. And indeed, upon being planted and watered, it will convey the message.
Oh, what? That is so fucking
I
cool.
want one.
All right. Start tilling.
Go ahead,
I'm
take,
not good at this. I just found the planter. This is not my vibe.
place the grave dirt within the small crate, kind of open the space, put the seed in, and water it. There's like 5, 6, 10 seconds go by, and you watch as a single green sprout curls up, leaves unfurl rapidly, and as the stem extends upward, you watch as this bud begins to swell and then opens wide into this vibrant display of bright blue and purple petals. As it opens up, multiple layers, you hear a voice come through, a familiar voice. Not just any voice, voice of the Tempest.
Yes. Please speak up.
Orin, the cult of the dark heart beneath Terra was a challenging maze of dangers for the Ashari present, but the dark heart behemoth was dealt with, and the rift returned to its controlled state. We lost some good warriors in the fight, but their sacrifice will be remembered and cherished. I message you because I attempted to apprehend Vario, the head of this Ashari sect of betrayers, but he vanished, shouting, "The vanguard will prevail, and the world will finally be free." We couldn't stop him. But given all you've told me, and the signs pointing to a connection between these events, it would seem our paths are converging. Please let us know where this vanguard makes its work. Perhaps I can gather those who can recover within the Ashari. Just help stand against weakness.
We're getting this. Oh,
So there's,
I would love to
so
see
there-
her and Ludas go
Okay,
mono
the
mono.
message end, I don't want to step on it.
That's the last bit, and you watch as it finishes, and the beautiful bloom rapidly withers and crumbles.
Did we all hear it, or
No.
just?
You all heard it audibly, like it emanated from the plant.
Before we deal with that, what happens to the seed at that moment? Like, is it crumble away?
It crumbles away.
Oh.
Mhm.
And then the name of
That's
the
good to know
betrayer
and
was
stuff, but-
Vareo?
Vareo. Vureeo.
My proper play.
Yeah, it wasn't no. Rayo.
Vureeo.
Correct.
No, just like scribbles. It looks just like I scribbled the name.
And her voice just sort of like tinkled into the air for all to hear, right?
Yeah.
Was it Ashari or what did?
Ashari.
It was Ashari. Okay, just checking.
Got it.
Oh, God.
She's
They're
gonna
going.
help us?
You have to reach out and let her know where we're heading?
Sure.
Do we know where you're heading?
All right.
Oh boy. That's good. That's the first good luck we've had.
Shit, do you have that?
Yeah.
You got the juice?
Let's do it. Yeah. I'm sending a message.
Can I ask Captain Sandus for a description of where we are currently, or where we're heading, or
I was just
something
gonna.
to describe?
She was wanting to know where it was all converging, so I was gonna tell her when we were gonna arrive, and let them know it's at the. Does that make sense? Because I feel like if we try to meet up with them, it might. What do you think?
Well, the
Ira knows, but
all the magical curtains of light that we've been traveling through, are they all? They're not all crisscross, right? Are they all moving like a path?
You've seen multiple layers of it, like kind of almost like they've all been creating this kind of unique funneling direction. And you've crossed through a number in this journey. But now as you grow closer, you looking for this specifically, you can see they're all converging towards the direction you're traveling.
So, a nexus of ley lines north of
Basarus.
northeast.
Yes.
All right. And we'll be there in 2 nights? We'll be there.
About, yeah.
Okay.
Should all travel well.
Okay, and it can be more than one message. We've got
Sure,
2
yeah,
days.
yeah.
We'll tell her, our ETA.
Yeah.
Give her all the information, and then let's just go from there.
All right. Messages.
Listen.
Bless you. Yeah. Message received. They're converging at the nexus. Northeast of Basarus. The Tishtan excavation point. We should be arriving in 2 days' time, if all goes well. Thank you.
I appreciate the heads up. We'll gather who's available and able-bodied. See that our wounded are taken care of. And we'll attempt to meet you there as soon as possible. Be safe.
This is big, y'all. This changes things.
We might have a chance.
Got a big player.
I know. I don't want to attract too much attention, but I think we got this.
Cannot believe you said that out loud.
You've got powerful friends.
Nice to meet up. It's first time in a long time. Shit, I'm just kind of stunned. Sorry.
Well, let's press on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet my sister's coming.
Sister?
What?
My husband's sister.
Oh. Who's she?
Lita.
Lita?
Yeah.
She's an Ashari warrior?
She is like me, yeah. When my dad died, she took over for him when her dad died. She serves as the right hand of the Tempest.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Feels hopeful. Mm-hmm. That's a new feeling for...
Well, let's just breathe deep, have a drink, a meal, and it'll pass.
do it.
Last roll is you, Marisha.
Oh no.
All right. As the night comes to a close, an odd calm comes across some of you with that glimmer of hope finally rising and bringing some light to the dark path you've seen before you this trek.
I'm gonna pull out the locket and just read it over and over and over again.
Okay. Anyone else have anything they wish to do for the evening? Very well. You can take your long rests as you sleep through the night. 2 days till the apogee solstice.
Well, I'm cooking. I'm baking all night, by the way.
Okay. So we come right back down to the following day. Somebody roll a d20 for me, please.
Marsha.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I believe in you.
Not 20.
Let's see if I ruined all that hope we just got. 15. All right.
15.
Change bringer watches it.
You can see the ley lines grow stronger and brighter and more chaotic with their pulses and energy flashes. And you can all smell and taste in the air this electric energy. There's this kind of vibration to the atmosphere around you. You can't help but be excited and scared by it. And as you grow used to it, you begin to forget what that feels like until you take a moment to focus again. And every time it's a rush of adrenaline. And you can see more storms being whipped up by the shifting of these lines. And you begin to now take note that in these ley lines pushing towards this nexus, they are making the weather more and more dangerous along with them. But you managed to avoid any of that for your last leg of the journey. Bringing you to your final evening before arrival, and what will be the day before or the day in which the solstice arrives.
If I step away and I open my mind up, that white noise, what does it sound like now?
It's like a heavy wind blowing directly into your mind. It is hard to focus on it, and it gives you an instantaneous mild headache to try and just leave that space available. Anything during the day you wish to do, or do we come to the final evening before your approach?
Just working in my room on a project.
Can I give a look-see to see if I feel like anybody's watching us?
Make a perception check for me.
For some dumb reason.
Yeah.
23.
23. You keep a keen eye around you for the majority of the day. You catch yourself being spooked a few times from the flashing of the energy as you now approach where this nexus is building, where the ley lines have been shifting and maneuvering over towards this excavation site. But you don't see anyone or feel anyone who's uninvited.
Sure, she's correct.
Dark. As you all bed down for the final evening on your approach.
I'll say Orem, before bed, spent some time kneeling, sitting on his heels on the deck of the ship with his sword and shield on the deck in front of him, and just meditates on the last few months and meditates on the last 6 years and thinks of everyone in the family and, of course, his father and his husband, looking at these ley lines. And is Rudis still with us?
For the majority of the turn, yeah, the current rotation has Rudis low in the horizon, but visible.
Okay, so he's just breathing through it all and thinking of everything that led to this point, and then goes to bed early because...
Actually, can I, while you're meditating, can I come up behind you? And in your head you hear big moon, little moon.
For a little while longer.
Does it ever feel tainted?
Surreal, yeah, but not tainted, no.
Does it change anything knowing what you have on you is something completely different than what you thought, though?
Not much in life is the way I thought it'd be. Was it for you?
Sometimes.
This is us. That's me and him. Anyway, that thing has been in the sky for a long time. A lot of people have laughed and wept under it. Had children. Put their parents in the ground. None of that is meaningless, and that's true for me too. If anything, it makes it seem like I was always meant to be here right now. I don't know, chance, fate.
Fate. That's what they're trying to get rid of, you know.
A
I
third
don't
of
know
an
if
hour
my
left.
mom would say that, but they want to get rid of fate. I'm grateful that whatever it is brought us together.
Hugs her around the knees. I'm going to go try to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about you.
You telling the truth there?
I always tell the truth, Imogen.
All right.
Get some rest. Don't torture yourself too much.
I will.
Scoop up my stuff. Pad downstairs.
I'm gonna go and find Laudna.
Okay. Are you in your quarters?
Probably.
Okay.
Hey.
Hi.
Are you sleeping?
No, I was just staring at the wall with my eyes open.
Big night.
How are you feeling?
Good.
You don't have to lie to me.
No, I know. Yeah, no, it's terrible. I mean, this is scary as hell.
Yeah. Worried about you.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, like I haven't talked to you in a while.
We've been busy.
No, I know. I just, I don't know, since you came back, been almost scared to say anything.
Say what?
We want this, right? We want to do this.
Preventing a god-eating god.
It's not good.
I understand the appeals of how it all sounds. I don't think there's anything wrong in considering what could be with that type of change. I really don't. What makes me nervous about all of it is the unknown unknowns. It's the things that we can lose at the cost of some sort of perceived freedom.
Yeah. If it takes away all of our magic, anything gifted to us from something greater. Yeah.
We still have the chance to live a normal life. If you wish to have a quiet life, in a cozy cottage, in a field, raise horses, and just be. No gods or fates or destiny can keep you from that, can keep us from that. The gods have never kept us from our ability to have choice.
Yeah.
You have a choice. A very difficult one. But that is just as much of a real power as your abilities to fly or speak in people's minds. If anything, it is the most important power that you possess. Don't let them get in your head. Try and claim otherwise.
Yeah. All right.
I know we haven't talked much here recently, but I think in a way it's just... I feel so comfortable and so bonded with you. We transcend words, our relationship. You always have me. I'll always be there to support you.
Okay.
No matter what you choose. And you don't have to make these choices alone.
I'll give her a hug. I love you so much.
I love you more than anything. You know, I had a amusing conversation with Ashton the other night. And they asked, or commented about how odd it is that I'm the more grounded and secure one.
Between the two of y'all?
think it's because I feel like I have a strong foundation. And that's you. It's you and the rest of these crazy borderline murder hobos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like next campaign,
You're
at
my
least one of
tether,
them's going
Laura.
murder hobo.
Sometimes I feel like I'm about to float away, but as long as you're there.
You quite literally pulled me from darkness and death. That tether goes beyond this realm and this life. We've got this.
We've got this.
You're very capable.
Yeah. My mom was trying to show me a world that
About
would be freeing
a 6 of an
if I
hour.
just went back to being normal. But I feel like our weirdness is what makes us right. Is that dumb?
Not at all.
This locket, it says, the better halves make a better whole. You have to love it all.
I don't mind being your better half. And I think you're absolutely right. Look at us. Do you really think we're destined for normalcy?
No. No.
That's boring anyway.
These weirdos are gonna get shit done.
Hell yeah, we do.
All right.
Want to cuddle up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have any other business for the evening?
Ashton is just going to spend a couple hours with a bottle of something at the very, very back of the ship, having a argument with people who are not there.
Oh.
And then go to sleep.
Okay.
You see a small blood trail starting to eke out from under Chetney's room. Just fucking asleep with the bib. Oh, and a pool of blood.
So funny.
He drew blood whiskers on his face.
Give in.
Bless you.
Naked in a chair in front of a mirror, just gripping with a bib.
That's amazing.
I'm just gonna take out my dulcimer
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna play a song that sounds like Blue Moon, but we'll call it Red Moon.
Okay.
And just watch the moon.
Okay. Anybody else? Very well.
Tonight I'm baking some profiteroles. Some critical profiterole.
Oh,
boy.
All right. Those of you who are still awake on the deck at night before going for time for the evening, the network of arcane threads that wrap around the sky over the Hellcatch is a sight few see in their lifetime, and that weight is felt And amongst the tension of what's to come, you also can't help but appreciate the beauty of something on this scale, removed from the context of those that wish to abuse it. And in the silence, just the sound of gentle wind blowing by and the occasional shout of a drunken Ashton and the beautiful tunes of the dulcimer played across the front of the damaged but holding silver sun. The night before the solstice comes to a close.
5 minutes, approximately.
And with the morning comes the soft, cloudy, dust-filled skies of a gentle storm. As you begin your final day's journey to the site where everything is to happen. That's where we'll finish tonight's episode.
Ooh. Oh boy.
No problem.
He made sure to have it for episode 50. I feel like episode 50 might be just as long.
Yeah.
We have music. Okay. You could ask for anything.
I'm scared.
I'm ready.
I am so ready for this.
And it sends out anti-magic waves every minute.
Yes. Every minute, just a little.
A lot can happen in a minute.
A lot can happen in a minute if you're careful.
Yeah.
It's gonna funnel a metric buck ton of dispel magic at the moon. Dispel it.
Dispel that moon.
Crack that Fabergé egg open.
Just counterspell that. That'll work.
That's it.
Yep, that's it.
Who's got a wish spell?
You can't counterspell anti-magic, can you? Well,
I guess we can find out.
Wow, that's an interesting question.
Don't think about it too hard.
No, it's hurting already. I feel it.
Actually, just go behind you, unplug it.
That's true.
Try to turn it off and on again.
But on that note, we'll see y'all for what's happening next time. Until then, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you very much. And this is Thursday. Good night.
Good night, guys. Well, I swear the break keeps getting long. Like the amount of time that it streams for after the thing ain't like the amount of time that the like they show pictures after. I think it's getting longer and longer. Anyway, next there'll be no new episode next week, but the first Thursday, but the week after, first Thursday of March, the big 50, episode 50, at the beginning of the Apathy solstice. If they stop this, I wonder what Matt might do. If not, I also wonder what Matt they do, because I'm assuming it won't be an instant like game over, but either way. What the frick was that? Oh. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, I do thank you for joining me. This is Freenair Riamentra, half-elven YouTuber, and I wish thee good fortune on the quest of life.